Tom Show. It's Cinco de Mayo. Which means 5 jars of mayonnaise. The way I understand it.
No.
Is that right?
And it's not Mexican Independence Day either.
No.
It's not true.
I know that. I don't know.
But it's a great big celebration. Have some fun.
It's like the second or third highest holiday of beer consumption.
I could see that.
Yeah, surveys vary, but it's like St. Patrick's Day, New Year's, Cinco de Mayo.
Well, we actually have a couple beer in the news stories, including one of them involving beer physics.
Can I get you a beer?
Remember that guy in college? The guy that always knew everything about beer, and then sometimes they would segue into knowing everything about marijuana, get High Times magazine, and jack off to the centerfold of Bud.
Whoa! Whoa!
We're on the air.
We're starting early.
We are on the air, dude.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Oh, I think we lost Dean.
Must be.
And I have
I've been watching what they used to call cable TV. I forgot. They can say everything.
Are you sure you didn't mean champagne, not beer?
We have a beer story too.
Oh.
We'll get to it. We have champagne and beer.
It's my experience. Oh, that's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey.
Josh Arnold is on vacation, so
where's he sitting?
Ergo, we are all on vacation. There's Jeff Oskay at the I Hate Steven Singer.
Do you say that when I'm gone too?
No.
Yes.
There's Ace Cosby. I'm Willie on vacation or assignment, and I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much.
But the guys who are the beer experts are hardly ever the same guys who are the pot experts.
No.
It's been my experience.
You know what I'm talking about, though. There was the guy that knew everything about beer, which is great. It's just that he would never stop talking about it.
Yeah, and he did something else, looking at a centerfold, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the pot
apparently.
guy. First time I saw that magazine, I thought, wait a second. They have a centerfold with pictures of marijuana plants?
I had the friend who had those hanging up around his room.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That sounds delightful.
Okay.
What kind of bands was he into, can I ask?
He, like fish and leftover salmon, those jam bands.
There you go.
Yeah,
Of course. We have something in the news, actually, not just beer, but marijuana. Yesterday, we had an interesting dog story. We have another interesting dog story today that actually involves, of all things, the Coronation. Mm-hmm. One of the big events this weekend, of course, the more important event, obviously, the Kentucky Derby.
Right.
There's bad stuff happening at the Kentucky Derby.
Yes, but
a lot of good stuff. Better weather than they've had in years.
This is news. This is news.
I know. I'm trying to put
There's more.
There's not going to be a shortage of glue sticks for school next year.
Oh, Jesus.
Perhaps
we get back to the jacking?
Perhaps I didn't think this through. I thought with Josh gone, it wouldn't be quite as clumsy as it normally is. And you rear your hairy head.
It's one hairy head, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have.
Did you get your hair cut? Looked like you got your hair cut.
A little trim yesterday.
Oh,
yeah.
Shut up! How could you tell?
I could tell, honestly.
Wait a minute. Turn your headphones down. Let's see those.
See?
Sideburns.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, sweet. You did have the William Kunstler sideburns there.
Yeah,
for a
he
while.
did.
The famous attorney. Yes, okay. Now, the point is, yesterday at this time we mentioned this, and I want to get back to it quickly. This is serious business. As a dog person,
watch what your dogs ingest.
Yeah, you got to be careful. And right now, my two dogs, their favorite thing to eat is mulch. So I've got to really watch them when I'm walking them, and I turn away for 2 seconds. I'll be picking up the dog poop from one, all of a sudden the other one is chomping on a gigantic hunk of mulch. Anyway, but the other thing is that there's a big problem in places where marijuana is legal. I guess the veterinarians are reporting 3 times the incidence of poisoning from dogs eating marijuana that's been either dropped on the ground or
gummies left on a table.
Gummies. So you got to be careful. You do not want your dogs to get to that. It can cause pretty severe problems. And Pat Godwin, who was in the performance studio, mentioned to me earlier this morning that you have a tribute to dogs and marijuana.
I do indeed, yeah. I ate a joint that I found. Man, it was incredible. I wish they made a dog bone that was a marijuana edible. I'm gonna lay around the doghouse, mama. Put a good buzz on. Oh, it's tough to roll a doobie. With these paws, I just can't do it. I ate my master's stash. Can't look high last time he knew it. I'm gonna lay around the doghouse, mama. Put a good buzz on. Lay around the doghouse, mama. Put a good buzz on. I wish I had a pizza. I'm too stoned to chase these birds. I could eat a case of White Castles, but I'll settle for these turds. I'm gonna lay around the doghouse, mama. Put a good buzz on.
Lovely.
Yeah, I caught my dogs. I don't know whose stash they got, but I could tell they were stoned when the pizza guy arrived at my house, and there was a deep dish with extra sausages.
Yeah.
Those pesky dogs. Mm-hmm. They'll eat anything, won't they?
Sausages.
Yeah, sausage. Thank you very much. Thank you, Pat. I certainly enjoyed that. Coming up, we have...
Speaking of dogs,
you
were talking the other day about a giant dog bed for people.
Mm-hmm.
My 7-year-old, she has a very nice bed. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I'm sure she does.
Well, how did this giant dog bed get into your house then? She wanted it?
Yes, and it works. Look, you know this.
Oh, yeah.
You know this.
I know. Sometimes
if you can get a kid to go to sleep, whatever it takes is what you're going to do.
I've read that that's one of the signs of maturity, when your kid looks at you and goes, I'm going to hit the rack. I've really? Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. It's a step
When does that happen?
Man, I'm tired.
The one thing that anyone that does what we do has in common is you can never explain to anyone that you have to go to bed. So it's so early, you're going to bed. Yeah. Would you like me to wake you up at 2:30 when I get up? Can I do that for you?
That's my life.
You're hostile.
No, I just get really tired of it. 9 o'clock and you're going to bed. Yeah, I'd like to get in a solid 5.5.
Yeah.
He's going to take a quick nap before the day begins. This is from AJ. I have one of those giant dog beds. It's 6 feet wide, and it resides in my living room. We call it the drunk bunk.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, this thing looks like how would I describe it? It looks like a donut, except it's an oval.
Right.
And it's, 6 feet long.
Right.
So, it's just fun.
But it's one of those real fuzzy, those furry ones.
Yeah,
really deep. Yeah.
So it's fun. And, whatever, like I said, whatever works. Oh, look, the cough medicine's here. No, just kidding.
Oh, my gosh.
You think the weirdest thing are fun. It's a giant dog bed. It's fun. Yeah, that's a good time. Yeah, look at that. Well, that's something. Okay, what's
I
next?
think it is fun. Now,
you don't think it's fun. You think it's funny. You don't think it's fun.
It'll be fun.
You'd sleep on that.
Have you ever laid down in it? And I have a follow-up. After laying down in it, can you get out of it?
See, that's why. No, you got it backwards. The reason I don't lay down in it is because I can't get up. I need a trapeze of some sort.
Roll over to your knees and then do a lot of this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up, we have the reason champagne bubbles go straight up.
What do other bubbles do?
Good point.
Of course, Diet Pepsi bubbles, they'll go sideways. Yeah. That's weird, huh?
The lead bubbles never do that.
This is from the scientific review called Physical Review Fluids. The new issue's out, and there's Dom P on the cover. We'll find out about that. We have Ed Sheeran update, bees, raccoons, and a huge story for you, Chick, about a shoe store theft. But right now...
I have an alibi. Rock solid.
Right now, the Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by Betterhelp. It's easy to get caught up in all the confusion out there right now, especially when everybody's asking you for this, do this for me, do this for me. You got to spend time keeping yourself in good shape, and that includes keeping yourself in good shape mentally. Therapy can help you get some tools to have more balance in your life. BetterHelp connects you to a licensed therapist, and the interesting thing about BetterHelp is the therapy is done online. So it's super convenient and flexible and suits your schedule. The way they hook you up is you'll fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist. And by the way, you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. And then when you deal with a therapist, it can be done on the phone. It can be done with the camera on. It can be done with texting, whatever works best for you. So more balance in your life? Well, one solution could be BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/BT Show today, and that'll knock 10% off your first month. BetterHelp H-E-L-P. I want to pronounce it correctly. Betterhelp.com/BT show today. Nothing wrong with helping yourself feel better so you can help everybody else feel good too. Hope you have a great day. And once again, the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by BetterHelp. Betterhelp.com/BT show. Also, coming up, we've had snakes on a plane. We've had everything. Now it's bees on a plane coming up in the news. And, we've got wine news for you, Christy, because I know you got your big coronation party tomorrow morning.
That's right.
All right. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter.
I get in a lot of awkward situations, I feel like. Recently in D.C., I threw up in the street, which isn't a big deal. That happens. I'm a pretty heavy drinker. But what was different about this time was as I was about to throw up, when you're just starting to come up, I made eye contact with a woman sitting outside of a Starbucks.
Yeah.
And then I held eye contact as I vomited.
Oh.
So it was just very awkward because she just saw me kind of look over at her and then go, and I mean, what's going on in her reality?
She wants to watch that.
Did you get her number?
I did not get her number. I'm afraid. What does she go home and say, I was so ugly today I made a man vomit? I don't want her to think that, So I had to go over and tell her it wasn't the case.
That's a bad hair day.
Yeah, if a man looks at you and vomits,
It is a bad day.
you need to visit your hairdresser ASAP.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a self-esteem killer.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, but I get into stuff like that all
See,
the
I'm
time.
a sympathy monitor. I would have, if he'd made eye contact with me,
I would have. Me too.
You would vomit also?
I would join you, yeah.
So when you smell vomit, you immediately vomit.
Say goodbye.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
So far we've covered soiling ourselves and vomit in the studio.
What
Show.
next? All right, let's go into pussy lesions.
No.
No, Bob, that's wrong in the script. It's not pronounced pussy.
There you go.
You don't want to go that way.
I know it looks that way on the page.
If you read that wrong at the audition, wow, that's a different movie.
Yeah,
Well, what's
entirely.
this, Mr. Abrams? I don't understand.
Closer to a Mr. Skin film.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
would say.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Now, were you a big drinker in college?
Yeah, I in college I think I drank a little bit more than I do now. In college, whenever I drank, I would pass out. It was like my thing, That's how people knew me.
Pass out guy?
Yeah, it got to the point where even before I went out, I'd go ahead and draw a dick on my face. Because it was going to happen.
It was going to happen.
Yeah.
Your buddies were going to take care of it anyway.
Yeah.
Just take it right.
Oh, boy.
Why wait?
It really is something else. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not.
That's
because first of all, what do they think? It's going to help me? They think years from now I'm going to be saying, yeah, it got really bad. I was just drinking all the time, passing out. And then one day I woke up, looked in the mirror, and I was like, TJ, get it together. And I owe it all to Steve and his artistic ability to draw a ball sack on my forehead.
Back home again, Indiana, and Jim Nabors sang that forever and was beloved and did such a fabulous job. And that was a last-minute deal like it. I think in 1972 or 77 was the first year, and he was just there as a celebrity guest. And Tony Homan, it had to have been probably 72, and Tony Homan goes, oh my gosh, so-and-so was supposed to do this. Jim, will you do it? And so there's photos of Nabors standing up on a ladder with a microphone in one hand and a 3x5 card in the other with the words, singing Back Home Again, Indy, because he didn't know till race morning. And it went over so well, obviously, that for years, and what a gracious man. He was always a treat to talk with, and what a great tradition he was. It really just added to that place.
the docket this year. I got a wedding on Memorial Day, another one on Labor Day. You guys have the friends like that? You're like, oh, great, your love's so special. You get to wreck my 3-day weekend.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Maybe I'll have my funeral on the Super Bowl. How about that?
How about that? I'll show you.
Bring a snack.
Also joining us in the studio, comedian John Bazaar.
Well, I find that now that I need a woman, I mean, integrity, strength of character, honesty, but really the most important thing, got to have a big ass. I may be outside the pale on this one, judging by all the magazine covers I see, but I'm done with these ectoskeletal, wafer-thin, rice cake chomping chicks with the Ally McBeal arms and those heroin-looking legs. Yeah. Even the 3 little pigs knew you don't build something out of sticks if you're going to spend any time inside.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin. Hey. He's in the performance pavilion. Already got a song out of him. The dog being high. There's J.O.
That's right.
Is that going to catch on? I'm trying
J.O.
to catch on. A new nickname, J.O. Jeff Oskay. J.O. Yo, J.O.
I like it.
See?
That's a little more macho, like the Askinator.
Well, that's just stupid.
Hey, man, he's the Askinator. Sounds like an appliance in your kitchen.
You know, Oskay's not his real name. Go ahead, tell him.
Actually, it is. But my grandfather's last name was Asha Hashkanowski.
You're welcome.
He's not making that up. It sounds like it's Oskar Hashkanowski?
Oskar Hashkanowski.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Now he's making stuff up.
So there's an extra 2 syllables.
There was an extra
Nope.
nosh or hosh in there. Hi, Ace Cosby.
Hi, Chick.
We're all eagerly awaiting that Ace Cosby joke of the day. That's what I'd be saying on the Bizarro Bob and Tom Show. I'm Chick, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Let's see now. We have a bunch of stuff going on all at the same time.
I got a bunch of stuff over here.
Yeah, we were talking about the magazine High Times. Is that still printed? Is that still a thing?
I think so.
I have no idea.
I don't
think
know
it is.
I don't know if it's printed, but it's still available.
They used to have like the big centerfold, and it would be a marijuana plant. And,
Right.
I mean, hey, great if that's what you're into, but it just struck me as being rather odd. I think parents would want a kid having a nice, healthy relationship with a Playboy. Do they have, remember in Playboy, they'd have those? First of all,
please don't do this again.
They'd have
my
the
goodness.
pictures
Here
of
we go.
the so-called playmates as kids. That was really a bad idea. But also, they'd have turn-ons and turn-offs.
Oh, yeah.
And it was always, it was just so pathetic. Do they do that for the...
The bud?
For the pot plants. Turn-ons, lighters and bongs. Turn-offs, roach clips and incense and cops.
That's pretty good.
Now, I'm sorry, you have a lot of mail over there?
Yes, here we go. Ready? Let me see. Listening to the show on my way to work yesterday morning, heard Chick having a trouble with how could he find a big plastic animal for his compound? We were talking about a big pink elephant the other day, and I wanted to find one, buy one, and put it in my backyard.
What's the answer? Internet?
Well, apparently there's a place called Camex, Kingle, and Big Plastic Critters. You can indeed get large animals to display anywhere you'd like at your home, and there's a website. It's called Fast Fiberglass Animals, Shapes, and Trademarks in Sparta, Wisconsin. What do you think of that?
Do they have a gallery of things you can order?
Oh, certainly.
What would you pick?
I like the pink elephant.
Okay.
Or maybe there was a giant concrete hog I rode one time. There's a famous picture of me on the back of a concrete
I remember that
hog at the huge Animal Warehouse outlet. Nice. That was really something.
Is this for inside your home?
No, that's silly. I wouldn't have it inside my home.
A large fiberglass thing you were going to put inside your house?
Good Lord,
I'm sure the Homeowners Association will be thrilled.
He doesn't have one.
I don't have one. I'm an outlaw, baby.
Nice.
Only thing keeping me from a genuine, well, two things. I got to bury a bus yet, and I need a generator.
And you got the compound?
The generator's in the works. Then I have a true compound.
Okay, you're going to keep your name? You're going to go with, Koresh?
Did you hear? Vernon's the Messiah. No, And this from Adam. Your segment about the Phillies announcer faux pas while promoting a bobblehead giveaway. And it went a little something like this.
Clear space on your shelf and get ready to bring home a legend when the Phils host the Dodgers on Friday, June 9th at 7:05 p.m. And all fans 15 and over receive a Johnson Controls Dick Allen bobble figurine. Order tickets now at Phillies.com.
Let's get some Johnson Controlled Dickhead.
Still funny. Adam says that reminded him of a legendary moment in Kansas City Royals broadcasting. Royals broadcaster at the time, Denny Matthews, was promoting a local snack company called Guy's Snacks. Makers of chips and, cheesy twists. Without realizing he was saying it, he was doing an announcement. He says, next time you're at the store, be sure and grab some Guy's nuts.
Anybody, or do you have to know them?
I do not know.
Now, we have also been discussing a new radio morning show.
Yes.
With kind of the soft rock thing, the yacht rock thing.
Yeah.
And it would be the light and lame show. And a lot of features on that show. For example, there's a Get the Bread Out instead of Get the Lead Out. Okay. So that Pat's concoction, I like that very much. Yeah. And then a number of other interesting aspects on the show. But here's a great suggestion. And this is a feature called the Meatloaf Sandwich. A bread song, a meatloaf song, and then another bread song. Every night at 11.
Oh, that's nice.
The meatloaf sandwich.
That's nice.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
And then there's Christie's idea of having, instead of mandatory Metallica, mandatory Manilow.
Oh, yeah.
God, that's funny.
Yeah, I like that. Manilow Mondays.
Yeah, there you go.
Mandy Mondays.
God. Sadly, some of the stuff probably already exists.
Mandy
so
Monday.
We are going to dip our toes into the world of sports.
Yes, let's. NBA playoffs last night. Klay Thompson, it was playoff Klay, scored 30, 8 3-pointers, just like it was nothing. Golden State limited Anthony Davis and allowed LeBron James just 23 points. And the defending champion Dubs, even their Western Conference semifinal, a game apiece. They beat the Lakers last night, 127-100. Game 3 Saturday night in Los Angeles. And Steph Curry had 20. And the Milwaukee Bucks have fired coach Mike Budenholzer, which means I have your butt. I'm grabbing your butt with my hands.
Really?
German for Budenholzer. Budenholzer.
Now, Dickenholzer. Similar but different.
You are really something today. Do you know that? I don't want you to stop.
I'm Peter Dickenholzer.
This is what happens when he doesn't sleep.
Are you not sleeping again?
No, I did. I had a long.
Or you got too much sleep?
No. That's not. No, I did not. I'm fine.
Are Thursdays brutal too?
Yeah, go over. What do you got?
Yeah.
Got most people. Friday, the weekend's here.
Oh, Saturday.
Oh, man, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, man.
What do you got going on Saturday, Tom?
Saturday, swimming, lacrosse, and what else? Soccer. Yeah, it's going to be
driving and picking up.
Yeah, okay.
What is your relax day?
We need a T-shirt.
Monday morning.
Saturdays are brutal.
A lot of moms and dads out there know that.
What about Sunday? Do you take Sunday off?
I need a meter.
It's a day of rest.
I need a meter on my car. Because I feel sometimes like an Uber driver.
Oh yeah.
But I'm sorry.
Back and forth. Okay. The attorneys general. This is serious sports stuff here. Okay, I don't want any static out of any people. I'm looking at you, Ace. The attorneys general of New York and California investigating allegations of workplace discrimination at the National Football League. Letitia James of New York and Rob Bonta of California said Thursday they have issued subpoenas to NFL executives as part of an examination into the workplace culture at the league's corporate offices in both states. The officials are both Democrats. I'm not sure why that has to do anything. They say they are exercising their legal authority to seek information from the NFL regarding allegations of gender pay disparities, harassment, and gender and racial discrimination. The league is calling the allegations, quote, entirely inconsistent with the NFL's values and practices. And then they added, I'm not saying we didn't take a couple liberties with our female party guests. We did. What I'm saying is, yeah, so that maybe that explains why it took so long to get Dan Snyder. He was just following league guidelines, apparently, there in Washington. So there you go. NHL last night. I love the hockey names. Joe Pavelski scored his 5th goal in 2 games. Remember, he scored 4.
And they lost?
And they lost in overtime. Yeah, but not this time. He scored his 5th goal in 2 games. and the Kraken over the Dallas Stars in Dallas. Oh, that's a shame. You hate to see a Dallas team lose. Seattle 4-2 over Dallas, and Sergei Bobrovsky. He is here illegally. He is spying on our government. And he made 35 saves, and the Florida Panthers defeated the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-2 in Toronto last night. Take a 2-0 series lead in that one. And, Tom, guess what time of the year it is? I thought it was in January, but apparently I'm way wrong.
I guess.
To the casual viewer, competing at the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show might look simple as getting a dog, giving it a bath, brushing its hair, and trotting it around the ring. But apparently there's a lot more to getting to and exhibiting in the United States' most prestigious canine event. The 147th annual show starts tomorrow at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center in New York. More than 2,500 dogs from 210 different breeds and varieties sign up to vie for the Best in Show trophy that gets awarded come Tuesday night of next week. Contestants range from tiny chihuahuas to long-legged Irish wolfhounds.
Oh, those are good-looking dogs.
And still, a golden retriever has never won Best in Show. I take that personally.
But they're the goodest dog.
They're the biggest boys.
Good doggy.
And biggest girls. They're sweeties. Here's my belly. And this from Ron. Dear Cast, my name is Ron Kaufman. I'm a school teacher of 34 years. I am retiring this spring. I want to say thank you for making my morning commute to school so monumental. I've been listening to you on 104.7 WIOT in Toledo since you started there at 1995. I want you to know that you were most often the funniest part of my day. Oh. Thank you for your efforts. That's just short of good try.
Well, thank you, Ron.
Ron Kaufman. Thank you, Ron.
Probably a great teacher, and, helping lots of young people. Good for you, sir. Yes. Now, coming up.
And this could be the funniest email we have ever had. Real quick, it's very short. Dear folks, is there still time for Tom to get T-shirts made that say, "Not my king," for Saturday?
Okay. Yeah, once again.
Not my king.
I'll be watching the Kentucky Derby, not the Coronation.
Right.
We have...
I think the Derby... Well, you have time to watch both. The Coronation will be way over before the Derby.
Tom, do you realize the Derby coverage starts at noon?
And
they don't run till...
Yeah, oh yeah.
6 or something?
6:30 something.
That's ridiculous. Really? I can't wait for the Super Bowl coverage.
I've never watched, but what do they do for 6 hours?
They do a lot of talking.
A lot of drinking.
They show background of the stuff, the beautiful horses.
You know what
Get to see a lot of nice hats.
A lot of nice hats.
You know what they have at the Kentucky Derby? Fancy hats.
I know.
Mint juleps.
It's on my bucket list. I've never gone to the Derby.
We need to get you a fancy hat.
It's beautiful.
I do need a big fancy hat.
We have, I'm going to give you an audio snippet that has something to do with a world record coming up on the show.
Okay.
Okay.
David Rush has started to make noises now.
Now, Pat, this is for you because I think the rest of you may know what this is. I'm going to play just a little bit of this.
Please don't.
And, Pat, I want you to see if you can identify this. Okay, here we go.
Wow.
That is the actual recording of the original Beth.
No, it's Beth, but
but they fixed it in post.
Poor Peter Chris never sounded better.
I can't place the singer.
Well, that's the point. But you've got the band down.
Oh,
right?
sure, yeah.
You know the origin of the song.
Don't give it away yet.
That has something to do with an upcoming.
That's not a world record, is it?
Yes, it is.
Fallout Boy.
It's a world record. It's not Fallout Boy.
What are you in Fallout Boy? What is? Oh, and by the way, the Kentucky Derby tomorrow. Patrick Mahomes is going to give the Riders Up command.
All right.
At the 149th Run for the Wozes.
All right.
So there you go.
It'll be beautiful. A lot of coverage. And now your coverage for the Coronation, Christy, you're going to a party tomorrow morning at 5:20
5:20
a.m.
I'm going to arrive,
Eastern time.
yes.
And you got the recordings all set up?
Pajamas and pearls. I forgot your pearls today. I had a sick dog overnight, and I was a little discombobulated.
Well, we want you to record some of the proceeds so we can, Tom, I know Tom's going to use it.
Yeah.
Car alarm.
Car alarm, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Now, Kristen, do you know what time the coverage wraps?
No, I have somewhere I have to be at 9:30. So if it's not over, I'm out.
No, what is it at 5:20 Eastern time? It's
The
what?
procession starts.
Yeah. What is that? Is that
So that's like 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Is that in the stagecoach thing?
Yeah, some kind of stagecoach thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stagecoach.
Gabby Hayes is right shotgun.
From Montana and
Better than a stagecoach.
Did you see, Christy, that they have this is a joke, but they have an Uber over there right now that's a carriage that you can take so you can see what it's like to ride in a carriage through the streets.
Oh.
Yeah.
Horse-drawn?
Yeah.
This will tell you
cool.
everything you need to know about me. My favorite thing I did when I was in London was getting one of those weird cabs and taking me to Harrods. It was. Have you seen these weird cabs? They don't exist anywhere else. I don't know what they are. They're a special.
they're big.
They're a special brand of vehicle.
But are they in a horse-drawn?
The carriages.
Okay. Because I know that when Prince Philip died, he had a custom-made Range Rover hearse.
Yeah.
That you lost your mind about.
Oh, that was cool. I wonder if they rent that thing out.
It's going to cost you a lot to get it over here.
No, I mean, if you're over there, can you rent the? I mean, what if
for prom?
Yeah, or is there a funeral home that has that over there? So
does it look like a hearse?
I don't know.
No, it looks like a really cool Range Rover.
All right. Would you text your friends and go, hey, I've got a Range Rover hearse. You want to come over and take a ride in it?
You can go off-roading if you want to get buried in some really weird spot.
The King's procession from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Abbey will be taking place before the coronation service. Then there's the procession, and then there's a bunch of junk, and then they go out on the balcony and they wave to people, and we're done.
No, is this going to be like a religious service where there's a lot of up on your knees, down, up, down?
No, there are.
They're all in the Abbey, but
cardinals or bishops conducting the swearing in, if you will.
I know they have rabbis and various other religious figures from other religions are going to be part of it. I know that.
Is that right?
Yeah, but I'm just wondering if they do a lot of kneel, get up, get down. Put your left arm in.
Wait a minute.
Shake
Get up,
a leg.
get down, and
shake
what
your left arm.
The big party.
It's like doing the hokey pokey.
The party is on Sunday, so like the concert and that Lionel Richie, isn't he in that?
Lionel Richie,
Katy Perry,
Katy Perry, yeah.
Lionel Richie.
What the hell?
Well, couldn't they get anybody good?
Can they get anybody from Britain?
That's what I said.
I think McCartney might
all those
show
artists
up.
that got over there, it's like,
yeah.
I'm just
No
reporting.
McCartney,
Yeah, no help.
And don't forget, everybody.
Protecting the safety of the Queen is a task gladly accepted by police squad. For no matter how silly the idea of having a queen might be to us,
That's glorious.
So good. I think the best way to celebrate here in America is maybe go to Burger King.
Hey!
Have yourself a great American hamburger.
I just realized everything's going to have King Charles on it.
Sure,
so I've got to
no,
get
Queen
T-shirts
Elizabeth.
and sweatshirts.
I need
and all
new
sorts of
teacups,
stuff.
all kind of.
Man, I don't care. Okay, right now
My
I want
name's
to
Charles. Go ahead.
we have something important happening in the United States of America on May 14th. It's called Mother's Day.
Not my Mother's Day.
The clock has been ticking. You got some moms out there in your life. Of course you do. She's a mom, she's a mom, she's a mom. They want something, and you don't just get them flowers that are going to die right away. How about getting them? Well, for one thing, you can get a flower that'll live forever. Thanks to Steven Singer Jewelers, I'm talking about the brand new neon green 24-karat gold-dipped rose. This is the latest in the rose series from Steven. These start at $59. Beautiful gift box, by the way, this comes in, and it'll be shipped to you free. And if you do it right now, let's see, if you get your order in before 2 o'clock Eastern Time, Steven Singer Jewelers will have that thing in the mail today. Plus, of course, it's got Steven's full lifetime guarantee. It's not just roses, ladies and gentlemen. Steven Singer Jewelers. Remember, with the upcoming season, a lot less clothing on. You know what I'm talking about, Christy. So suddenly all that jewelry is showing. Oh, look, there's something nice on your wrist. It's a bracelet from Steven Singer Jewelers. See what I'm talking about by going to IHateStevenSinger.com. Remember the famous full lifetime guarantee from Steven Singer Jewelers. IHateStevenSinger.com is the place to go. and you got a little bit of time, but yeah, we're looking not too far down the road, May 14th. So get that Mother's Day gift or gifts up and running and out the door. Thank you, Stephen. I hate StevenSinger.com. Coming up, we got booze news, we've got beer news, we've got some weird Kiss song that's somehow involved in a world record. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next.
Beatles played at the Indiana State Fair on September 3rd, 1964. They stayed at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Motel because at that time that was the neatest, newest hotel, believe it or not. And John Lennon wasn't feeling well, and so Dr. Henry Bach, who was the chief medical guy at the Speedway, lived on 15th Street, but they call him, and so he went to the motel and gave John Lennon a shot with a hypodermic needle. And the next day, his daughter took it to school, to Speedway schools, and was showing everybody the needle that had given John Lennon a shot. Ringo got hungry at 2 o'clock in the morning, and was asking a state trooper who was kind of, they had a detail of troopers that were keeping everybody away from the motel. And he goes, "Where can I get something to eat?" And the trooper goes, "Get in the car." And this trooper at 2 in the morning drove Ringo Starr to Noblesville, had his wife get out of bed, cook Ringo Starr breakfast, and then drove him back to the track. There's pictures of them doing things around the golf course and messing around. But when they went to go to the track, they came out of the Speedway onto 16th Street, turned right, came down to Georgetown Road, and drove right past the American Legion where I work now. Well, word had gotten out they were doing that. Well, I grew up at 30th and Georgetown, and word had gotten out that the Beatles were going to be coming down Georgetown Road. So the streets were lined like it was a parade with people. This on the west side. And all of a sudden, here comes this motorcade and these limos. And I look, and there's Ringo Starr I saw Ringo Starr as they went past. And they went to the fairgrounds and did a show at the Coliseum in the afternoon where Jerry Baker introduced them, and to hear Bake talk about that, and then there's a pirated recording of that show, and you hear Bake introduce them, and they walk on stage and they have to plug in and set up and boom, hello, setting up. It's not like today where it's all pre-produced and all set up. And then that night, they did a show at the grandstand, and Bouncing Bill Baker from WIBC was the host. So, but they drove right down Georgetown Road, right by the track, because that was the neatest, newest motel in Indianapolis, and having the Beatles there.
I was part of the team that launched the first low salt, low sugar peanut butter into the category. It was called Simply Jif. It was targeted towards diabetics. I wanted to call it type 2 peanut goo, but yeah, of course you don't feel good, Greg. You ate an entire rotisserie chicken at 11:30 at night. You shoved the whole thing in your fat face in 6 minutes, Greg. I think you ate the rubber band that holds the legs together. I mean, come on. My birth certificate? That document is 54 years old. I also don't have the Declaration of Independence. Because I don't know if you've ever seen an organic peanut butter kid go off the deep end. It is not pretty. Okay, these kids, they spend 18 years eating it, then they go off to college. They have one bite of a Jif sandwich. 6 weeks later, they're passed out on a park bench with Nutter Butters all over their face.
Floating. You finish off as a gleam in somebody's eye.
Oh, nice.
Bravo.
That's perfect.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's time once again for people who suck at small talk.
Hey, nice weather we're having today, don't you think?
Yeah, it is rather amazing the cyclical manner in which meteorological trends manifest themselves.
Jeez, sorry I asked.
Join us again next time for People Who Suck at Small Talk.
Are the stars out tonight? I don't care if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I'm blind.
Jeez.
Comedian Steve Alton. It's the technology. What we can do today. We can put a man on the moon. We can send cameras out to Saturn, take pictures, send them back. Computers. You know, we still can't make a coffee maker that doesn't go... Hell, that wakes me up. I don't really need the coffee now, thanks! I'm awake and irritable! I got one of those cordless phones.
Yeah?
And those are cool. You can walk around the house, be outside. You can be in the bathroom now and be on the phone. This is great. That noise? I'm making coffee right now.
Sid Gurney. Sid is at the microphone. Sid, how are you?
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
I think things are going pretty good so far, don't you, Sid? No. Last night at the bar, Bob Donnie put on these dark glasses and made me tell this lady he was blind since he was a baby.
Really?
He said my job was to help line up something for him he calls a sympathy doink. So I go up to her, but before I could say hello, Donnie yells out, "Not the fat one, Sid, a friend."
Prove it. And it wouldn't hurt you to loosen up, Sid. Joke around with women, you know, like I do. Be more self-defecating.
I recently got married, and
boy.
Yeah, and my wife changed her name. I know some women have a problem with that, but I wanted her to have my old girlfriend's name.
She must really love you.
Call me old-fashioned, but
Hell, you got the tattoo. Why not?
my wife actually got pregnant on our wedding night.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, not by me. It's a crazy night. But either way, I'm getting a brother. So. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I don't think her parents like me, though, because apparently when you meet someone's mother, you're not supposed to hug her and go, "Oh, yeah."
Bob and Tom. More.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Oh, hello there, Chick.
Hello there.
Christy.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Jeff Oskay.
That's right.
At the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. Josh Arnold fishing, he says. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Willie Griswold on assignment. I'm Chick McGee. I've got some thank yous I'd like to hand out. And here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you for what?
You're welcome.
What'd I do?
Well, no, not you guys. This is from Bill McClung in Boise, Idaho. He sent me, it says, the enclosed purchased at a charity auction for the Wounded Warrior Project, a fantastic cause. I purchased this item because I'm a sports fan in general, but I realized after having it sit on my bookshelf for 6+ years collecting dust, I decided it needed to go to someone who would really enjoy it. Because after all, I'm a Vikings fan. And on that subject, I wish you'd take Kirk Cousins back. So, but he sent me a really swell autographed football.
Look at that.
Wow.
Show the signature part.
Of some of the players on the team at the time from the 2016 Redskins, including my boy Ryan Kerrigan right there, number 91. Look at that. Tom, if you would, come on over here and I'll walk you through these autographs.
We'll get to that later.
I'm sorry? What?
That's very nice of him.
So thank you, Mr. McClung in Boise.
Okay, very good.
Appreciate it.
Now, we have more sporting news to get to, including a world record that has a very odd connection here.
But first, on this date, Cy Young, pitching for the recently established Boston Americans, through the very first perfect game of the World Series era, May 5th, 1904.
Whoa.
Young mowed down 27 straight in front of 10,267 fans. Oddly enough, you say that doesn't sound like a very big crowd, but that was half the people on the earth at the time.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? He beat the Athletics 3-0, and the Boston Americans later became the Boston
Red Sox?
My lips didn't even move, did they? Mm-mm. And now you know the rest of the story.
Oh, thank you, Paul.
That's exactly right.
That's where the award comes from. Cy Young.
That's right.
Very good, Pat.
Who won it this year, Chick?
His name was, it hasn't been handed out yet.
I mean, last year, Chick.
I have no idea.
I'll tell you.
Oh, go, baby.
Come out, Verlander. Boy, you are great.
Yeah.
Sandy Alcantara smokes that home plate. We'll give you a statue, or some say it's fade. It's amazing what you have done. Come on, Chick. Only the good win Cy Young. Yeah, that's what I said.
Cy Young.
Cy Young. There you go.
Only the good win Cy Young.
But that's not my favorite sing-along when it comes to baseball songs.
What is it?
If you're going to do baseball songs.
What?
Are you kidding?
I don't know.
Well, I think we had a nice story about, was it Derek Jeter and the Golden Thong?
Oh, yeah.
Remember this? Where he...
This really takes concentration to sing along with it.
Yeah, this is a great song, though. You know what I'm talking
I don't
about?
remember this.
I think I do.
Were you not here when this happened?
I don't know. Was I?
There was a news story about breaking a slump.
Oh, where he would wear a thong. Was it under his
Yes, he wore a thong under his...
Boulder.
Yeah.
Under his... I mean, it wasn't like you could see the thong.
No.
But he wore it under his baseball uniform, and it was a golden thong, and he was talked about it on the Tonight Show, and Derek Jeter said that it broke the slump, and then they double checked, and they found out that the records show that his 0 for 32 slump in 2004 was in fact broken on April 29th, the day he said he wore the golden thong.
Huh.
What teammate had told him, if you wear the thong, it'll break the slump. And you know how these guys all have
That sounds like
ideas.
The Golden Thong sounds like the Thalberg Award for the AVNs, the Adult Video News. And this year, the Golden Thong.
That's the award for intimacy while still wearing underwear.
Francis Farmer.
Intimacy while still wearing underwear.
You know, you push it to the side.
Yeah.
Boy, you are on one this morning.
Yeah.
Just shove it to the side.
That
That's
sounds
right.
intimate, all right.
Yeah, sure, it's happened. You know,
Holy hell!
Sometimes you don't. From what I've read,
Yeah,
you don't have time to. But once again, Derek Jeter said he wore this thong to get out of the slump.
And Pat wrote a song about it.
And by the way, he did in fact. The first pitch, he got a home run.
Cool. All right.
There's no way to check that.
Just slump busting gold thong. Got Jeter out of a losing streak. Oh, yeah. It's wrapped around his buttocks, stuck in his crack. It's hard for Jeets to take a leak. Oh, yeah. His teammate swears that it works, it'll get him out of that rut. Then Jeter hits a home run with that gold thong up his butt. Come on now. Just a slump-busting gold thong. Oh, that filthy thing goes on when the chips are down. Come on now. Just a slump-busting gold thong. Oh, wash it good and send it to Coopertown.
Coopertown!
It's Coopertown. We're going to Coopertown.
Everybody out, we're in Coopertown.
All right, thank you.
that was
I love
lovely.
that, Pat. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
A little tribute to Three Dog Night. Speaking of dogs,
I love
we
Three
have
Dog Night.
dogs in the news involving, of all things, the Coronation.
Mm-hmm.
Very
What?
good.
I don't want to spoil it, but I'm curious. Is it has to do with the corgis? Are the corgis on the loose?
No.
They just let them go, right? They just get out of here.
Sarah's got him.
No,
The Duchess of York or whatever. her name-
I thought they buried him with her.
Corgis?
Yeah.
Oh, that was hard. Boy, you know what? The corgis fought like bastards there right at the end. But,
Clawing at the
No.
casket.
that's an English tradition.
Sarah Ferguson has the corgis now.
Oh, okay.
She's the official corgi keeper.
You know, she should put out a book on how to be in the spotlight and then how to be out of the spotlight.
She wasn't invited to the coronation.
She
either.
kind of has achieved that. Yeah.
Man, I don't care. I just hope the dogs are okay.
Dogs are fine. She loves having them.
Walking turd.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right.
Remember when she used to be Fergie?
Yeah, before Fergie.
Before hot Fergie. You know.
And by the way, Fergie's hairline has advanced down her face another inch.
Which Fergie?
My humps. My love.
Oh, okay.
Coming up, we have this bizarre sound.
I hear you call.
Now, yes, that's the Kiss song, Beth, but why does it sound so weird? Well, it's part of a world record.
I'll give you a hint. We're going to have to be careful. And I'm looking at you, Big Daddy.
I know. You can't have any fun anymore. And now,
That's fun for
25 words you can no longer say. We'll start with the letter
I can't have my best feature all aboard the belittlement train. Let's go.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel.
About your britches, baby.
About your britches.
About your britches.
1, 2, 3.
Monday, Tuesday, hump day is halfway. Stick it in the pig, pop it in the bank. Saturday's coming quick and anything. 48 to rendezvous. I'm gonna blow a wad on you. Oh, I'm coming in my pants, my shirt, and my best suit, baby. Gonna pick your flower, gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, honey. I'm so excited, I hope that I don't come. I can't move on, attention is long gone. Suits are pressed, wallets in shape. The only thing left is a little manscape. 24 to rendezvous. I'm gonna blow a wad on you. Oh, I'm coming in my pants, my shirt, and my best suit, baby. Gonna pick your flower, gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, honey. I'm so excited, I hope that I don't Gonna blow a wad on you. 24 to rendezvous. I'm gonna blow a wad on you. Oh, I'm coming in my pants, my shirt is my best suit, baby. Gonna pick your flower, gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, honey. I'm so excited, you know. I'm coming in my pants, my shirt is my best suit, baby. I'll pick your flower, gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, honey. I'm so excited, you know. I can't wait, baby. I'm so excited, you know. I can't wait, baby. I'm so excited. I hope that I don't come too
Fantastic. Here come the mummies.
Ahead seminar that'll cover everything from porn star pay scales to set design to proper web set design, Bob.
I went to one of those porn camps.
Oh, really?
And China was there. You know,
China, the actress?
The wrestler? The wrestler.
Oh, the wrestler.
Have you ever seen her naked?
No,
I
I
think she used to be a man.
Yeah, no, she looks like well, yeah, it's not to begin with, and she actually makes it worse.
You know that area down there?
A lot of scarring from the surgery?
No, but just by itself, Bob, not for me.
Okay.
Not for me.
I mean, it would be like chewing on a couple of pig lips.
At last, someone's put a label on it.
Hey, Christy. Christy.
Wow. You're blaming me.
The next time I ask you to read some news stories, I want you to look around the room.
And pass over anything.
I want you to go, let's see, what would be a topic that'd be safe in front of Stan Hope
China
and
looks
Fox.
like she has a thick turkey timer.
Hey, she's done.
Comedian Rick Schrader. You're talking about your ex-wife.
She was not big on approval. This is what I'm getting at in a roundabout way. Make sure you find the right person before you get married, because the first time I got married, I looked, and I thought I found that person who would tell me those 5 words every man longs to hear. Get off me, you're heavy. But, are you done yet? That's one of us should be enjoying this. Of course, my personal favorite, when you're inside me, I feel nothing.
When you're inside me, I feel nothing. I have
That's
to
a
write
direct
that down.
quote. That is a direct quote.
Oh, wow.
Because we're working up there. I'm trying. Boy, I got it in myself that time. I think I'm on a roll here. But women have such a hard time achieving orgasm. Maybe it's because you got a big, fat, sweaty guy on top of you. That would break my concept.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi, Chick.
Hi, there's Pat Godwin at the Performance Pavilion.
Hey there, chick.
Hey there. There's Jeff Oskay.
Yes, sir.
J.O. He's
Love
the
it.
I Hate Steven Singer's sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby. Hey, I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Got a special request here. The
Birthday, wedding wishes, graduation.
Well, tomorrow,
bar mitzvah.
a couple of big international events. One of them, of course, the Kentucky Derby.
Mm-hmm.
The other...
Are we picking winners?
The Coronation. And I know, Christy, you're going to a Coronation event.
Yep.
You'll be arriving at 5:20 in the morning Eastern time.
Yep.
You ever see somebody picking their nose and you yell at them, "Pick me a winner"? You ever do that? Man, that's funny. We're going to pick a winner for the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, I know. We moved on to a different topic, you see.
Okay, sorry.
To get this request in. That was sort of the point here.
Oh, really? Well, yeah, let's hear what the big point of this request is.
I think you're going to like this.
I bet you're wrong.
Disrespectful. This comes to us from Craig Berkey.
Hate Craig.
And he goes, "Why is Chick such a dick?" I like a guy that can get to the point.
Craig and I do not get along.
He goes, "The only thing I'm interested in hearing about King Charles and the coronation is, well, this."
I've decided I'm the only guy in the world that likes the hell out of Prince Charles.
Oh, really?
I want to drink a Budweiser with Prince Charles.
You think Prince Charles drinks Budweiser?
If he hangs out with me, he's going to.
Yeah.
Well, then he won't do either.
And I'm positive that Pat Carlini and Christy both despise Prince Charles.
Oh,
despise him. He's a little strange, but
he's kind of a geek.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's because he's got big ears and he can't dance well. But the man's going to be the king of England. He's going out with his old college girlfriend, Camilla Parker Down Bowles, the ugliest woman in England. So apparently he can see past outside beauty into inner beauty, which makes him one of them Oprah Winfrey sensitive types.
Yeah. Right.
He could be sleeping with every woman in England.
That's true.
He's going to be the king of damn England. If I was king of England, I'd be sleeping with every woman in England. I'd be knocking on the door. Fred, go to Home Depot for about an hour. King of England. Good to see you. How you doing? Doug, bring your wife over in a bathing suit. Go with him. Bring me back some pliers. King of England. How you doing? Good to see you. What's the fun of being king of England if you can't sleep with every woman in England? Oh, God. King David in the Bible did that. You remember that? His big sin? He's up on the palace wall. He looks over and sees Bathsheba, the new girl next door, taking a bath on the roof. Boy, look at the breast on her. Well, it turns out her husband's a captain in your army. Well, screw him. Send him to the front. Prince Charles, he can ride a horse without falling off. He can ski down a hill without wrapping himself around a pine tree somewhere. takes care of his kids, looks good in a kilt.
Yeah.
And he's got to take crap off his brother-in-law in front of 5 billion people at one time at the funeral and keep a straight face. You know good and well he wanted to reach over and bitch slap that brother-in-law. We hope that the children will be raised the way that Diana wants them raised, as opposed to the way that Charles. I said, hey, 400 years ago, your nuts would be a door knocker on the Tower of London. How about you head back to South Africa and run around on your wife some more? Sell trinkets at the gravesite. Get the gay guy back up there and play piano some more. I'm going to impale both of you.
King England.
King England. I've heard Candle in the Wind that makes my butt hurt. King England. Good to see you. How you doing?
King England. The classic. Thank you very much for that request, Craig. That, of course, is Tim Wilson and his take on King England. You're nuts and be a door knocker.
Very legal.
We'll have another kingly-related request coming up. But right now we return to the sports page with Mr. Chick McGee.
Is that right? I guess this is kind of, sort of one of these.
Stupid world record.
Hold on to yourselves. A KISS tribute band broke the Guinness World Record for
what?
Shortest band. Male. That's right. We've all heard about it. The Mini KISS.
Yeah.
A group of 4 little people earned the title with an average height of 4 foot 6.5 inches. Mini KISS. How do I read this with a straight face? Mini KISS began as a novelty act.
Mm-hmm.
Not like now. 4 little people dancing on a bar in costumes and makeup, lip syncing to the lyrics by their full-size counterparts. I wish, as you'll hear, I wish they would still lip sync. They later became a KISS tribute band, meaning they kind of play the instruments and play the songs, I guess.
The last I heard, they just sing. I don't think they play the instruments.
Been around for a long time.
No, I see pictures of them. It's in my timeline for some reason. The guy's playing the bass, and yeah.
And they're doing
all
this,
the makeup.
but they're doing the KISS makeup, right?
Yeah.
But they're just men small of stature.
Yeah, they used to mime. I don't know if they can actually play.
Do they use full-size instruments?
Yeah.
They do? Like,
that's an interesting question.
They play ukuleles.
Because they have children's golf clubs. They couldn't, if they were golfers, they couldn't use...
It's a fair question.
I wasn't...
Here's the audio of the Mini KISS version of Beth.
Crank this up.
Beth, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now. Me and the boys will be playing, and we just can't find the sound. Just a few more.
How are you more on key than they are?
A lot better than he does.
Have you ever seen Mini KISS, Ace?
Just clips.
Just okay. So you've been to more than 300 concerts
What
with
did you
the
say?
actual band
Just
KISS.
clips.
I thought he said something else. I thought he was talking about Mini KISS's wives there for a second. Okay.
That's what they call
Mini,
it.
but congratulations, Mini KISS. They have won the Guinness record for the shortest band
average.
There are a couple of other guys trying to do this.
4 feet 6 inches.
Yeah.
Runts and Roses. 4 little fellas.
Okay.
And then there's the women. They
wish-
might not be giant.
Did you say Runts and Roses?
Yes, he did.
The really little river band.
That's funny.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Shrimp Floyd. They're
Shrimp Floyd?
Then my favorite is a great Southern Rockers, 28 Special. They're not 38. They're just the 28. Small guys, you see.
Yes.
We need to find out if Mini KISS actually.
I can't tell.
plays their
I
instruments.
was on their website, and I can't tell if they're using. It doesn't proportionately. I mean,
They look normal?
I guess.
The instruments? Okay, well, it looks like fun. So I have never seen Mini KISS. If I have the
Well, we
chance.
could hire them. Here's their information.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Should we have Mini KISS be the house band one day?
Oh, please.
Yes.
Okay, I'm on their calendar.
I don't
They're
think-
wide open.
Hi, Hi, you've reached Mini Kiss. Yes, we'll do it.
They don't have a date on their calendar for the whole month of May, it looked like. This is wrong.
See what we could do.
It's not updated.
Not like we have to clear a lot of space.
Just have them play in the middle here.
See, you just can't help yourself.
I blame the Guinness World Record people.
Really?
They're the ones that brought this up. So, I mean, look, this one guy, Gene Simmons' tongue is longer than this guy. It is a short man.
This is a tiny guy. Yikes.
I'm sorry, back to the sports.
That's it. That's sports. That was the world record.
Okay, that's it.
Well, they have a meet and greet package, red carpet walks.
This is what you farted for.
Don't toy with me. I could meet Mini Kiss.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, there's something I'd be interested in.
Are they licensed by Kiss?
Oh, they would have to be.
Yeah, I think. Pretty sure they are because they
There are pictures of them with the actual band on here, so I can't imagine they don't.
they perform at Kiss Mini Golf in Vegas.
Wait a minute, hang on.
That's a lot of mini.
Wait a minute. They have a putt-putt course?
Yes. Kiss owns a Mini Kiss Golf.
Boy, Gene never met a dollar he didn't like, did he? Gee, Merry Christmas.
I do love miniature golf, I got to tell you.
I'm Gene Simmons. We're opening up a putt-putt golf. Could we get Mini Kiss to come out there?
There really is a...
Mini Kiss has been featured on the Gene Simmons Family Jewels show, the George Lopez show, HBO Live sessions. Wow. And they were in Kevin James Mall Cop 2015. I don't think their website's been updated since 2015. But
now, do you think...
when did they make a Mall Cop 2015?
This is going to be like one of those
Mall
behind
Cop
the
2.
music things where they're having a band meeting and one of the guys goes, it's time we started writing our own songs. You know, like the Monkees there toward the end. They said, hey, forget about Boysenhart and Neil Diamond. Right. We're going to write them. Okay.
it also says they toured with Peter Frampton. I sure wish we'd had this before we
Text him right now. Wake him up.
Do not bother Mr. Frampton.
Did Mini Kiss ever backstage?
By the way, we had a really fun chat with Mr. Peter Frampton, who is going back out. And you hear a lot about the various final tours. Peter had to postpone his final tour because of the COVID. And then he is dealing with some pretty serious health issues. But he's going out, and the guys in his band were telling him, Peter, you're as good as ever. But Peter was kind of concerned if they're just sucking up to the boss. But he's such a great live performer, obviously. If you get a chance, go see him. He's on a pretty short tour. I think I'm going to be going to see him, I think, in Orlando. You're going to go see him in...
Huber Heights, Ohio.
I know he's doing Cincinnati, and he's doing a bunch of other gigs. So if you get a chance, check out Mr. Peter Frampton. It's
if
great.
you go to Huber Heights, don't cheat yourself. Go on that world's largest community, Brick Homes tour.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Every home, Tom, brick.
Yeah.
Amazing. Nice.
I like an all brick home.
The point of the story is what now? I know. There's a video of our interview with Peter.
Right. It's up on the YouTube channel.
Yep.
Okay,
And it's on all our social media.
And he's very funny. So he's also one of the nicest guys of all time.
Oh, also, the picture of me riding a concrete pig is on... will be on all the Bob and Tom socials. It's on the Chick McGee on Instagram right now.
Coming up in the news, we have raccoons. We have raccoons. We have dogs.
You hear who said that?
What?
You hear?
No,
she said it was all about me.
All about
Christy did.
All about you. Well, I didn't post a picture today.
We have bees. We have raccoons. We have big pasta news today.
That story is so bizarre.
Yeah, it's weird.
Very weird.
Weird pasta news, and I think it may involve the mob.
You think?
Why?
I'm just saying.
Hey,
Because he wants it to.
Oh, okay.
Tom, I feel like I can't ever get you alone to talk to you off the air, so I'm going to do this on the air. Can we avoid mentioning the mob?
Oh, sorry.
Or calling them the mob?
Okay,
or
sorry. The good fellas. Right now, I want to talk about...
I'm not starting your car.
I want to talk about the delights that are now being presented by HelloFresh. They've got something brand new going. And HelloFresh has always been sort of driving your taste buds to go, hey, how about some great fresh food? HelloFresh delivers the package to your house. Inside it, you have made the choices. You get to pick from 40 weekly recipes. And it's not just recipe cards. The food is in there. there. They have done the shopping. They have done the measuring. You put it together. Some of these meals get together in 10 or 15 minutes, from fit and wholesome to family-friendly to even pescatarian or vegetarian. They've got it for whatever food lifestyle you are into. And by the way, this month is a celebration of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month at HelloFresh, with authentic recipes created by Chef Serbi Sani of New York's famous Tagmo restaurant. What I'm talking about is great food, and you can be putting it together at your place. And here's how you do it. You go to HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Why? Well, that stands for 16 free meals, plus free shipping when you use the code BTShow16. It's HelloFresh, great food, and like they used to say in the old commercial, and I helped. You put it together. It's great fun. Do it with the kids. Help them, teach them about cooking, or do it with your sweetie, perhaps. Very romantic. Light a candle, grab a glass of wine, put together some delightful food. Now, you find out about it by going to HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Don't forget, 16 free meals and free shipping as part of a special program, BTShow16, HelloFresh.com. Now, we're coming right back. We've got another special guest coming in. One of our favorite comedians will be joining us a little bit later this morning. He is Nick Griffin. I love Nick. This is the Bob and Tom Show. I wanted to ask about this. These are your
adopted
parents.
You are, that's
okay.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm adopted. I was actually left in a basket on the stoop of a fire station. And had I been a Dalmatian, they would have kept me. But
damn your luck. Huh?
Yeah, damn my luck.
No. But you were that's nice though. You were adopted, and you have a good relationship with your adopted.
I love being adopted. But people say things to me. I'm with my dad. A guy comes up to me, goes, "You have your father's eyes." I'm like, "No, I don't even have his address."
Wow.
I think he lives near a fire station.
Somewhere.
You know, I feel blessed to be adopted, but I'm curious about my culture, my heritage. I kind of think I'm a light-skinned black man.
Really?
Based
Very
on
light.
what? Because I'm big. You know.
Yeah. Oh, I got you.
Okay.
Banana.
People, exactly. That's why it's a fun word. People ask, are you English, you German, you French? I don't know. I'm adopted. All I know about my culture is they give away their children.
Hello there, it's Ed from Ed Septic and Sewage. I'm here at this poor SOB's house. He got quoted $20,000 for a new system. I'm doing that same system for him, $500. I know what you're thinking. Ed, how can you do it so cheap? Well, first of all, this machine, stolen. That saves me a ton of money. Secondly, I'm not licensed or bonded. That saves me tens of thousands of dollars a year. So if you need a cheap septic, call me, Ed Septic. When things get hectic, call Ed Septic at the number below. From Ed Septic.
You get you pump weights and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But you gotta have that cardiovascular, man. I didn't have that cardiovascular. I was playing basketball the other day. They made me guard the worst dude on the other teams. It was a fat dude wearing thongs. Standing on the court smoking a cigarette. You know I was in bad shape.
And you couldn't keep up with him.
I couldn't keep up with him. I got involved with that aerobics. Don't like aerobics, man. That's too much like sex.
It is.
Aerobics?
Yeah, you sweat, muscles hurt, and then you got a woman up there telling you you're not doing it right.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
How's your son?
Oh, he's great.
How old is your son now?
Yeah, he's a little 4-year-old. He actually he loves Thomas the Train. Have you ever heard of Thomas the Tank
Oh,
Engine?
sure.
And they have different names, Donald, Toby. And one day he's got them spread out in the restaurant, and the waitress comes over. She goes, "That's Thomas the Tank Engine. Is Thomas your favorite?" Justin goes, "No, I like Percy. Percy's one of the trains." But unfortunately, he can't pronounce his R's yet. Imagine my horror. The whole restaurant hears my son go, "I like Percy." Who doesn't? Daddy does, too. The guys that sit behind us do. That's my favorite. That's why you're here.
Yeah, Joey from Philly. He likes in the car.
And
where's your old lady?
Ryan, how many lifestyle changes have you gone through?
This year, I've gone through maybe 2 lifestyle changes in the last couple of years.
Well, the first one was?
The first one was starting to eat meat again.
A second one?
Now going away from everything I've ever loved.
Everything.
Like it's no meat, it's no dairy, it's no alcohol, no caffeine.
You can't pet
a lot
puppies.
of fruits and vegetables, whole food. You're supposed to drink like non-fluoridated water that has minerals added
this into it. This really sounds
so
dull.
it's no tap water.
It doesn't sound like you're going to make it.
No,
it really doesn't.
Right?
No.
It's like you have to you have to find joy in the little things.
But don't you find yourself like say you're on a date and your date is?
I make a date exception.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I
so
sure
there
do.
are exceptions
I've had
to
17
all rules.
dates in the last weekend.
Now, we've got a couple of heads in here that have a lot of skin on them. One would be mine. The other would belong to Clint Howard, actor. Now, are you in every one of your brother Ron Howard's movies?
Oh, no. There's been a lot. Actually, the one that stopped the streak was, Ransom. And then I wasn't in Beautiful Mind, and I wasn't in any of the Da Vinci Code movies.
Did that hurt your feelings?
Can I say it pisses me off?
Yeah, of course you can.
Sure. Your honesty is wonderful and refreshing.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you...
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Any of that.
There's nothing. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey.
There's Jeff Oskay.
J.O. baby.
J.O. He's at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. Jess Hooker joins us.
Hi.
Jess has the Frontier Little House on the Prairie dress on. Don't you think?
No, I call this my Elaine dress. This is Seinfeld Elaine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
Hi, Ace Cosby.
A-C-E.
A-C-E.
Yeah, but Ace is already a nickname.
J-O.
Well, he's J-O. I want to be A-C.
Be careful. I'll blurt out the real one. Be careful. I'm Chick McGee, and here's...
So you want to be AC?
Tom goes now.
Yeah, because it's cold.
Ice cold.
Okay, well, we have a lot to get to here. You missed our mini kiss hunk.
I have a follow-up, and I don't know if this is true or not, but let's start. There is a Kiss tribute band called Mini Kiss, and they are made up of little people.
Men that are short of stature.
Right.
Little people.
No, not just short people, little people. Right. And they set the record, the Guinness World Record, for the shortest band male at just over 4 feet.
Okay.
4.5 feet.
Okay.
Evidently, according to a guy named David, this email just in, one of the members, his name is Mike, in Mini Kiss, is the actor that was tossed in Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh.
Wow.
They had him come over to the office. And this guy, it's all about the music.
Well, I mean,
They admit they're entertainers. They don't.
A gig is a gig.
Boy, entertainer's a stretch.
I mean, I bet the gigs were few and far between.
Did you ever host a little person tossing?
No, I would not do that. I do not approve of that. But I mean, there are two sides to that. I mean, for the one guy's going to go, hey, you put on a helmet, you get a nice check. At the same time, I think it's...
Where else are you going to make that kind of money?
I just think it's kind of soul-killing, awful. No.
I did not host a bear wrestling event, but I attended.
I was there.
A bear wrestling event.
Ace wrestled the bear.
Ace wrestled the bear.
Yeah.
There you go. That's where he is on...
is the bear wearing... some kind of...
he had a muzzle on.
I think he had a muzzle on.
Yeah.
Sedated?
Oh. Pretty much.
No, here's something.
I went in thinking, I'm going to pick this thing up and slam it. No.
Was it the same size as you?
No, bigger.
Oh, my gosh.
Was there an odor?
Just musty fur.
That's my understanding that in the wild, bears.
And I'm guessing that's not the first time you smelled musty fur. Am I right on that?
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. That'd be a great name.
It was the 80s. So.
Yeah. And there were protesters when I was there. You could barely get into the tavern. But that's where the liquor was. That's why I went. And go out and make it a good day with this thought in your head. If the bear's not wearing a muzzle, they've taken all his teeth out.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, that's awful.
It was awful.
He's a gummy bear.
That's pretty funny. Come on.
Hey, we're done now.
Bravo.
That was Ace
No. Number one.
Yes.
Home run.
It was my understanding that in the wild, bears really smell bad.
There's no showers in the forest.
They aren't bathing in the stream.
You think the wolves and the raccoons smell good?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah? Comparatively? Okay.
And, of course, the fox has to smell the best.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well-groomed.
Fox on the run.
Right? Foxy.
I found this out the hard way. I was trapping raccoons.
This is just last week. Right?
Well, they were eating all my chickens, so I started trapping them, and I would drive them out and leave them in a used car lot. And I'm pretty sure they found their way back. But I put them in the trunk of my car, obviously in a cage.
Sure.
Not even thinking like, oh, they're going to release everything they have into the trunk of my car. And so I'm pretty sure it still smells like raccoon.
Yikes.
Wow. Raccoon scat?
More urine?
We've had that here. We know what that smells
Even
like.
worse. This always reminds me of the same story.
Yep.
Chick and I thought it would be really funny.
Yes, we did.
There was an employee here who had a very, very large donkey. I believe it was called a...
The breed is a Mammoth Jack.
Mammoth Jack.
They're called.
This thing was huge.
Oh, it's on an album, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a picture.
There's a picture of me with a donkey.
And so
I'll put it up on my Instagram.
There's a...
All about you.
There's a great... So Chick and I are parading this thing outside, and there's a really funny shot.
That's right.
You know, Bob with the microphone, and there's this huge donkey head looking in the window. But then we thought, let's bring it inside.
Right.
Not thinking...
This is the brilliance of Tom Griswold. Where would it make the perfect picture opportunity?
In the general manager's office.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So we have there's obviously a wheelchair ramp to get up here. So we were able to get the donkey. Again, this thing is the size of a horse. So we get it in the building, and the whole time I'm thinking, God, I just hope this thing doesn't poop.
He was reasonably tame and cooperative.
Yeah, very cooperative.
It was great.
And a beautiful animal. Anyway, so we get into the general manager's
Photogenic.
office. We take this very funny picture in the general manager's office, with all of this crap on the wall.
Put the donkey behind the desk.
And various awards, sales god, and then we take the thing outside, and the minute we get outside,
I will never forget it.
Imagine turning on 5 hoses at the same time.
And there was something physical that went on with the donkey before he urinated.
It was unbelievable.
It came out of it was almost like a robotic. You could almost hear the as it came out and then started urinating. This thing was as big around as a dinner plate. It was amazing.
It was large.
It was amazing.
The larger point here is the quantity of urine. I was thinking, it never dawned on me he might pee inside the building. It's not a dog.
If he would have done that in the general manager's office, it would have been 2 inches deep in there.
Oh, we would have had to. It would have been
everything.
New drywall, new carpeting, new desk,
a whole thing.
But it never occurred to me.
No,
but it was house trained.
It must have been. Yeah.
I don't think she actually brought this into her house because this thing was huge.
I don't know if you remember her.
I don't think her house was that big.
We'll just leave it right there. Fortunately, the phone's ringing. Could you grab that?
Certainly. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie, how are you?
I'm good. You're talking about donkeys. I want to call in real quick about the Kentucky Derby.
Okay.
Well, I ain't going after last year's fiasco. I'm done. I got seats last year in the International Special Guest section.
Right.
Part of some State Department cooperative let's live off foreigners thing. And I was seated behind what I can only describe as like 4/5 of the Chinese women's basketball team.
Oh, really?
I couldn't see nothing. My 80 cousin Lonnie got lucky. He was behind the Chinese gymnastics team captain. She's about the size of a chihuahua, so he could see horses real good. But the she-beast I was stuck behind was like the Andre the Giant of the Chinese hoopsters. Only huskier and had way more facial hair. And on top of that, she was sporting a hat the size of a Chinese spy balloon. I swear to God. So the reason I like the Derby is to put a little action down on the ponies or donkeys or whoever's running this year. Yeah. And I was looking at the paper, and I wanted to call in my picks for the Derby this year.
Oh, great. Okay.
Well, with 20 to 1 odds, I got to go with confidence game. Because when it comes to winning the Derby or picking up chicks who are fire-ass hot, it's all about the confidence game. How else do you explain Pete Davidson? I swear to God. And this year, a lot of people are liking Forte at 3 to 1. But I ain't betting on no horse named after a Korean car, you know. Just an impression. So that's why I was coming. I'm putting all my money on Tap It Twice. I'll say it like this. Last time I tapped it twice, Angel Skinners had to leave on a gurney. Swear to God. Just like that donkey, I'm a giver to the liver.
Thanks. Donnie Baker, by the way, it's my understanding, this evening will be in Charleston, South Carolina, beautiful Charleston, at the Goose Creek American Legion. And then Saturday, Donnie Baker at the VFW in beautiful Savannah, Georgia. So let's look for some great stuff. And also some good weather for the Kentucky Derby.
Donnie brought up an interesting point, though. Why hasn't there been a Disney movie yet where a donkey runs in the Kentucky Derby?
There has to have been one.
And feel good.
Are you sure there hasn't been one?
I don't know.
I feel like there is.
And he wins the. What was the one with Tobey Maguire? About
Secretary?
No, it was.
What was that called?
Hot to Trot?
No. Seabiscuit.
Seabiscuit. Well, that's a serious movie.
I know. That's why I want to. Why hasn't Disney done this? They had Gus the donkey, the field goal kicking mule. That was a movie. If he can kick field goals, he can run in the Derby.
What's it called?
If there wasn't a writer's strike, you could sit down and write this right now.
Racing Stripes?
That's a zebra.
That's a zebra.
Yeah, we'll have to dig up the photo.
Totally different.
We'll have to dig up the photographs of this donkey that we had in the building.
I have it. It'll be on my Instagram.
Huge donkey. Now, speaking of great weather, am I correct in saying that they're expecting really good weather for the Coronation as well as the Kentucky Derby?
I believe so, yes.
Well, we got an interesting connection with the Coronation and dogs in the news.
Are we done with sports?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we played the outro and everything.
Okay. Experts in the UK are cautioning pet owners against bringing their dogs to Coronation events. Dog behaviorist Caroline Spencer told the Mirror, quote, "I do not think dogs should be taken to the Coronation unless they are service or assistance dogs. London will be extremely busy, and this can be stressful for dogs, particularly those prone to reactivity."
Now, does this include Camilla?
Wow.
Oh, man. You are pounding away at it today.
I'm sorry. This royal family crap.
People could easily step on their paws by accident, not notice them. You might encounter other dogs in a confined space, which, of course, could start a dog fight and more.
What about service animals? What about?
They said that's okay.
Yeah.
She said that in the story. Yeah.
She starts talking, I stop listening.
I don't care.
What is going on?
Did you guys see the prank in the lawn at the Coronation? Somewhere, wherever the Coronation is happening, someone mowed a giant penis into the lawn.
What?
How did we miss that?
I haven't seen that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they did. It's
Now, Jeff, when you mow a penis into a lawn, do you use GPS or do you eyeball it?
I eyeball it, but I did learn this back when I landscaped. If you really hate somebody, you can just take like lawn killer, on the spray, and then just draw it in their front yard at night, and then 2 days later they have a dead yard full of designs.
Well,
this is from the New York Post.
Go ahead.
Cocky pranksters mowed a giant penis.
Really says cocky.
Onto the famous grounds of the Royal Crescent in Bath, England, where the Bath was originally, where a significant coronation party set to be thrown in just 2 days. Residents woke yesterday morning to Morning wood, it says in the story. It's unclear if law enforcement is handling the case. Fancy homes that date to the 18th century from a crescent on the street known worldwide for having perfect lawns. Oh, here you go, Tom. By gosh, that is rudimentary at best, but there it is.
Yeah.
That's primitive. Looks like an early cave painting. But that's some nice grass. I know. I just put some sod down. It'll be tough to grow. We have another tribute to the coronation. This is also a tribute to the great Steve Martin and a knockoff of one of Steve's greatest moments, I think. The famous King Tut on Saturday Night Live, one of the greatest skits of all time on that show. And this is a knockoff on that about the coronation.
When Charles was a young prince, he never thought he'd be king. Finally ruling England at the age of 73. King Chuck. The Queen was his mama. Lucky Chuck. She used the Oxford comma. Born in the royal palace, hands never callous. King Chuck. Now that his mama's gone, I hope he doesn't fail. What exactly did he do as the fancy Prince of Wales? King Chuck. His teeth and ears look big and funny. Will they fit on stamps and money? Born in the royal palace, hands never callous. King Chuck. The Queen, she had her corgis. Prince Andrew had his orgy. He's wild, that brother Andy. On Epstein Island, Duke got randy. Prince Harry moved from good out to Hollywood. King Chuck. Charles loves the polo ponies and dressing up for ceremonies. He wears a kilt, please don't stare. He's not wearing underwear. Finally gets to rule cause he's got the family jewels. King Chuck. He married Diana, they had a castle and a villa. But all the time he dreamed about the homely one, Camilla. Couldn't wait to get his hands on.
Oh, no.
Said he'd like to be her tampon. The royal palace has the royal phallus. He's so old it won't be long. We'll have to write another song. King Will.
There you go, the Bob and Tom Band and Orchestra featuring Pat Godwin, of course, and the tribute to King Chuck. Do you get the tampon reference?
Oh,
yes, we all remember that.
I'm asking Jess Hooker.
I don't know the tampon reference. What is it?
Sexy.
He got caught.
It was his idea of sexy talk.
Yeah,
right?
back when he and Diana were still married, he would call Camilla.
There was a phone call recorded where he was trying to make
sexy talk.
Sexy talk.
Chick said.
I believe the quote is, I miss you. I wish I was your tampon.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just face it. Even if who's the sexiest guy out there, like Brad Pitt or one of those guys?
Right.
Even if he said
Clooney.
that,
Starts and ends with Clooney.
Yeah.
okay, if Clooney said that, you'd go,
no.
come on. It's like when a really handsome guy steps in dog poop. It's like, oh, no longer cool.
Yeah, but King Charles is not handsome.
No.
I'm just saying, but that was his idea of sexy talk.
That's wild. Well, I'd be out immediately.
Now, Mr. Oskay, what's your idea of sexy talk, may I ask?
I don't do it.
Even in the throes of, you don't like a little chatter?
I like the chatter coming my way. I don't like to give a lot of chatter back.
You may find this hard to believe. I get a lot of criticism if I attempt.
Really?
Even the most mild.
Really?
What's happening? This is an
This is the first we're hearing about
Yes.
This is a topic we're
Go on.
done with.
Yeah.
No,
All the time. Oh, sorry.
You haven't lived
done with
until
it.
you've been talking that way, and you're the one that goes, I'm sorry, what'd you say? Because you couldn't hear what she said. What? I'm sorry, what?
We'll be right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules. Or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is a song so girls don't get anorexia.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Ooh, I wanna be a plus-sized model, the kind that can't run very far. Doodle-doodle-doo. 'Cause if I could only be a plus-sized model, I know I'd be a big, big star. Please feed me. Some people get sensitive about it, but don't, because the beautiful women are the big women.
I agree.
And I gained some weight, then I couldn't afford to keep it. Here we go, and I want a carbo load without having to exercise. I don't want to worry if the fat goes to my thighs. I want to wear a plus-size brassiere for room. I want to eat chips and wash them down with beer. Well, I've got a plus-size dream, but I'm plus-sized. Ornery for the best job in the world goes to the bigger girls than me. They're all sluts.
Zips for those cool evenings. Collared work shirts. The Bob and Tom Show logo's right there on them. Very cool. Sizes small all the way up to 5XL. Just go to bobandtomstore.com. If we don't have your size and the item you want, just check back. We're always restocking at bobandtomstore.com. Have some fun, and my gosh, treat yourself. If you are the Bob and Tom fan in your life, you deserve it. Get yourself one of those Bob and Tom Show hats. Where? You heard me. bobandtomstore.com. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Friday. To the casual viewer, competing at the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show might look as simple as getting a dog, grooming it, and leading it around a ring, but there's a lot more to getting to and exhibiting in the United States' most prestigious canine event. The 147th annual show starts Saturday at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center in New York. More than 2,500 dogs from 210 different breeds and varieties signed up to vie for the Best in Show trophy, which will get awarded Tuesday night. Contestants range from tiny Chihuahuas to long-legged Irish Wolfhounds. American bars and restaurants gear up every year for Cinco de Mayo, offering special deals on Mexican food and alcoholic drinks for a May 5th commemoration that's barely celebrated south of the border. In the United States, the date largely seen as a celebration of Mexican-American culture stretching back to the 1800s in California. Typical festivities include parades, street food, mariachi competitions, and ruffled dresses. But for Americans with or without Mexican ancestry, the day has become an excuse to toss back tequila shots with salt and lime. If you're going to do that, get a designated driver, and please don't drink and drive. Enjoy your Cinco de Mayo, and thanks for tuning in to the Bob and Tom Show. That's a look at things you may have missed.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives, and it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Do you remember the dramatic rescue of baby Jessica when she fell down the well? Remember she was 18 months old?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, baby Jessica is a baby no longer. She was married over the weekend.
No kidding.
She is now 19 years old, and she apparently tied the knot Saturday at a rural church outside Midland, Texas. She's 19. Her husband, 32-year-old Daniel Morales.
I bet they're on City Walk.
Chick, I forgive you for everything you've ever done. Bravo, Chick McGee.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, only another 12 years. Till the next one. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Baby Jessica.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
Hey, guys, it's Eli.
Hey, Eli.
Oh, hi,
Eli.
Hey, Eli. You nailed it, Petey. It's about as low as it gets. You know what, Eli? You're just feeling sorry for yourself. Look, I was thinking, there's no need to get down. I mean, just because you're grounded at work don't mean you can't gain yards. I've got a fresh, hot Papa John's pizza you could run by the house. God knows you wouldn't want to try to pass it. You'd probably get picked off by the mailman. Oh, yeah.
Where are you from, by the way?
Patterson, from Patterson, New Jersey.
Oh, sure. That's famous.
Yeah, you know, small,
sure,
thugged out town. You know, it's tiny. So small, we used to get robbed by people we knew.
That's small.
People like, stick them up. I'm like, Andre? I'm going to tell your mother, man. By the way, how is Aunt Carol? How's she doing? I'll come over for dinner.
Lowell Sanders is here with us.
I'm on the road.
Now, Lowell, are you a single man?
Yeah, I left a wife in Detroit.
Oh, okay.
I see how it works.
Police should have found her by now. I'm kidding. They won't find her.
Ain't no way. You're that good, aren't you?
Well, first of all, our guest in the studio, comedian Evan Davis. You live in L.A., so you got to have a car.
You got to have something big. I don't think that's right, man. Housewives driving expeditions. I don't think you should be able to. You should be allowed to drive something that big unless you're really going on an expedition. Like if you're picking up See's candy in a shower curtain, that's not an expedition. No, that's an errand. Yeah, you should have to take the Ford back in a second. I think they should have eye tests at the optometrist for like drivers. Like instead of reading letters off a card, they should have you cover one eye. It's like, is that a roof rack or a cop car?
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Well, hello, Chick.
Well, hello, Christy. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
Hey, Pat. There's Jeff Oskay.
That's right, sir.
J.O. He's the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Jess Hooker.
Hello.
She's in her Elaine dress. There's Ace Cosby. Willie Griswold on assignment. I'm Chick McGee. Josh Arnold on vacay. And here's Tom Griswold.
Josh Arnold is fishing. It's the first chance he's had to get together with all three of his brothers.
Since a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Well, it was just one brother.
See,
now.
this is the entire
Is this
family.
a problem?
Yeah. No, he wanted to get together with all of them. I think it's great.
But did they want to get together with him?
That I don't know.
No, he kidnapped them.
There's the one ungrateful brother.
Oh, really? Oh,
Joey Wednesday?
No, the one that
we named his boat. I'll explain this to you, Jess.
Ungrateful.
We named his boat.
Sure.
We named his boat Bass to Mouth.
Right.
And I said I would pay to have that painted properly with a nice logo that I had PJ create.
Of course.
And what did his wife say?
He spent 6
That was the problem.
Well,
Poor PJ spent 6 weeks designing this logo.
You mean Miss Killjoy?
So it's not his fault. It's the wife's.
I don't think it went even to the wife. I think his brother put the kibosh on it.
No, I think there was an issue. Nieces and nephews are on that boat a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Explaining that. Yeah. So
Daddy
maybe
wants
that
his
was
name Bass to Mouth. Yeah.
Well, just the fish to your mouth. You eat fish, don't you? You eat
That's right.
There you go.
There you go, see?
That's what you do.
Easy explanation.
That's a shore lunch, Tom.
Yeah.
Okay,
You get your pot of lard boiling, you throw your fish in there.
Yeah. Cast iron.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. There we go. Okay, we have Christy Lee at the Bob and Tom news desk, and Christy is going to be going to a what's this party called tomorrow?
Pajamas and pearls.
Pajamas
I
and pearls.
have to be honest. I'm a little jealous. People sitting around talking about England and watching the coronation.
Oh, it's a wonderful time.
I'll be doing that with my dogs, but they won't
And we
be
have all
talking
English
that.
food. We have scones. We have tea. We have
mushy peas.
We'll have
sticky
quiche.
toffee pudding.
Yes, it's great.
Really? Okay. And this starts at 5:20 in the morning Eastern time. Okay.
Well, you got to.
Are you going to get up and watch this, chick?
I'm up anyway on the weekend.
He'll watch.
That time. Yeah, I don't think he's crowned until I think like
he hasn't been
eight
crowning for about 75 years.
Oh my God!
Last time he crowned.
You know, there had to be an issue with those ears, huh?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A lot of screaming.
This is going to be a big push, Liz. Come on, baby.
It's the future king, babe.
Ride it.
Let it rip.
An ear's caught. Hang on.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll be not watching. Thanks. What else is happening in the news, Christy Lee?
Saturday's brutal. You'll be at soccer.
There's going to be a lacrosse game.
I got
Saturday's
a human pool.
Apparently, I've got now lacrosse, swimming, soccer.
How do you have a schedule? Is it in the house somewhere, like on a chalkboard?
And then you have date night, right?
Yeah. I forget all these things. I never remember what's going where. Who?
Do you have a date night ever?
Depends on what's going on. I think maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, you gotta use the sexy talk.
You gotta try it again.
That works every time.
You gotta try the sexy talk.
Do you plan your dates in advance? You like get?
I don't think Tom plans them.
You'd be surprised.
Really?
I bet I would.
What do you have in mind?
I talked to your significant other at that charity function we did, and she was telling me when you were sick last week. I get up and I go downstairs, and she says, well, what the hell? Is he still here? she's walking around. And,
She said he never misses work.
So she said that she made you some bone broth.
It was delightful.
Yeah. And fed it to you.
That's not true.
Well, you know, the trick to a good date is you ask her, you say, hey, what's your favorite place to go? And then when she says that, you're like, that's where we're going.
That's amazing.
And then that's how you know.
This is karma. This is fate.
That is good.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't ask her where she wants to go. You say, hey, what's your favorite place? And then when she says,
try that.
And then you go, oh, that's where we're going. And then you try to get reservations and you can't get in.
Yeah.
First of all, we're going to have to get the plane to the Bahamas. And then,
like Eros in Paris or something.
Yeah, we're going to need a babysitter for the 3-day jaunt. We have Christy Lee at the news. Have we missed anything?
Officials are saying thieves who stole more than 200 sneakers from a store will probably have some trouble profiting from their haul because the shoes are all right foot only.
Whoops.
The BBC reports 3 people broke into the shop in Huncayo in Peru. The shop owner estimates sneakers are valued at over $13,000. Well, maybe it was a one-legged man. We don't know.
Yeah.
It's true.
Is that a theft prevention thing? They only have the one.
Yeah.
I mean, you've shopped for sneakers, right?
They only put the one sneaker
right
out.
Foot up. Yeah.
Remember, you got to go, hey, come here. Can I see these in a 12? And then he brings the box out.
How many were stolen?
Well, $200. 200 sneakers, $13,000, she says. That's a lot.
Wow. So with the police line up, it'll be, all right. Number 3, hop forward.
Yeah.
Okay, the guy, the amputee guy, come over here.
Ow, here we go, baby. I just stole the right foot. Man, what a dumb crime. Go back and get the left ones. Yeah. Maybe some other time. We went in the right door, but we were in the wrong place. Because just the right ones are in the display case. Yeah. All the left ones are in the boxes in the back. Just the right ones are in front of the shoe rack. Maybe so the right foot to one-legged man. Well, next time we steal shoes, we come up with a better plan. I stole the right foot, man, what a dumb crime. Little Dr. John for you.
Everything's everything.
Yeah, as Matthew McConaughey said, those shoes, all right. Yeah, that's so what are they going to do?
I have no idea.
Can you wear
2 right shoes? No, it would be incredibly painful. Or well, it'd be you can't wear 2 right shoe on your left foot. Can you? I mean, you could, but you'd keep walking in circles, wouldn't you?
I think they'd spot you right away.
Isn't that what happens to Eugene Levy in
Best of Show? Yeah.
Yes. He was born with 2 right feet.
Right feet. He keeps walking the dogs in circles.
I forgot.
Coming up, we have the mystery of champagne bubbles has been investigated by a couple of distinguished universities. We'll find out what that's all about. Also, the great comedian Nick Griffin will be joining us. I should look forward to seeing Nick. And we have Dutch nuns in the news. Okay. But don't get before you think that's going to be boring. It involves booze.
No. Dutch nuns? Are you kidding? I'm in.
And then we have also beer can news, how to create the ideal pour from a beer can. I'm sure that a lot of beer drinkers really are concerned about that. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. The show is also out there for you on our YouTube channel. Watch and subscribe.
In 1989, Emerson Fittipaldi won the 500. On the last lap, he and Little Al touched wheels on the north turn, and he sent Little Al right in the fence, crashed him. But Emerson Fittipaldi came around and won the 500, his first 500 in 1989. And that was also the year that the winner's share of the purse was over $1 million, first time. It was like $1,001,600 or something like that. So that was a big deal. I mean, the Indianapolis 500 has always had the biggest purse of any motorsports event. They were the first to go over $1 million, and they still to this day have the largest purse of any, bigger than Daytona, bigger than anybody's. So race morning after the 500 every year is the big pictures. The winner and the crew all come back to the speedway at 9 a.m., and they put the car on the straightaway, and they take all the sponsor photos on all these pictures. Well, Ron McQueenie was the chief photographer at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for 40 years. And Ron had the great idea, we need to take $1 million in cash and place it on Emerson's car. So they get hold of the office, we need $1 million in cash. All right. So they bring out $1 million in cash in these bags with real money. Yeah, because this is the day after the 500. And they had armed guards out there. And so they get the money out of the bags and they're stacking it all over Emerson's car. And they step back and they look and they go, you know, that's really not that impressive. Go back and get another $1 million. Now, where else in the world can you say on a Monday morning, Memorial Day morning, go back and get another? Well, they did. And they take another one. And Ron told me, he goes, at one point, I was reaching out to adjust a stack of cash, and this guard went, hey. Like, he didn't like my idea of me touching the dough. So if you ever look at that picture from 1989, you can Google it, Emerson Fittipaldi, 1989, and there's money stacked all over the car. That's actually $2 million in cash stacked all over that car.
Here we go, last one.
All right.
You guys! I'm sailing away. Set an open course for the Virgin Sea. 'Cause I've got to be free. Free to face the life that's ahead of me. On board, I'm the captain, so climb aboard. We'll search for tomorrow on every shore, and I'll try. Oh Lord, I'll try. Everybody, here we go, Jimmy. To carry on. Come on, kids, sing with me. Bob and Tom. Yeah, a gathering of angels appeared above my head. They sang to me this song of hope, and this is what they said. They said, come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Come on, folks, too high. Come sail away, come sail away, come Come sail away with me. We rock and roll. Come sail away, Jimmy. Come sail away. Come sail away with me. Going up the chords now. Come sail away. Come sail away. Come sail away. La Bamba. Hoy!
Yeah! That is the
We're making that up as we go.
interesting ending.
I learned early on.
Dork and a waitress.
Is never, never mess with the staff because they're always going to go back.
I don't see you adhering to that rule all that much. But
Well, I did because because it's awkward, and then you go back, and if you don't want to hook up again, she's there, you're there. There's just this awkward tension.
Next thing you know, there's a drink being thrown on stage.
Yeah, exactly. Or she tells, "Hey, Sweeney brought me back to the condo. Not only did he do me without a condom, he emptied my wallet." All right, Mark. Well, thanks for coming by. No longer booking you in our room.
Wow, that was almost.
Hey, Captain Maturity, want to meet your daughter?
Too real.
Yeah,
almost for real.
Yeah, that's another one. How you want to meet your son? Wait a minute.
Oh, what? What?
I'm not even.
I told you to give me the light.
If you'd ever made friends
I
with a waitress.
clearly said, give me the light before you know who gets you nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
NBC Sports on their golf telecasts, they got caught putting in bird noises for ambiance, and a bird lover called him on it.
Correct.
Because he was hearing a bird that was not indigenous to where the tournament was being held. Can you imagine being the guy who had to field that phone call? Yeah, sports department. Yeah, hi. Listen, does this sound right to you? I guess I'm supposed to believe the blue-breasted whippoorwillow has decided to alter its annual migratory route to enjoy a little golf. Okay. I get it. I got one.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody. Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hola.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yep, sure is.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Yeah, hola to you, yeah.
I thought don't you have a Cinco de Mayo song?
I must have at least a couple.
Yeah.
Look that up on your little computer.
I think we talked about that earlier.
I'll run one of those. There's Jeff Oskay.
Yes, sir.
At the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Jess Hooker.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Does some restaurant have like a really white Cinco de Mayo special of some kind?
All mayonnaise is free today.
Corned beef and mayonnaise at Cinco de Mayo's. Sorry.
Mustard and corned beef.
That's what I'm just saying. That would be awful.
Mayonnaise, French fries.
Cinco de Mayo, by the way, is not Mexican Independence Day,
No.
and apparently is not a big celebration south of the border.
No, it's not.
They
We
don't
made it
care.
up here. Yeah.
It says, in the United States, the date is largely seen as a celebration of Mexican-American culture stretching back to the 1800s in California. Typical festivities include parades, street food, whirling folklorico dancers in shiny ribbons and ruffled dresses.
I absolutely insist you run through that one part again. I want to hear it.
Whirling folklorico. Folklorico with accent over the first O.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish.
You don't?
But it says, this is from the Associated Press, for Americans with or without Mexican ancestry, the day has become an excuse to toss back tequila shots with a salt.
That's right.
A bit of salt and lime. So.
Yeah. No, it's Skinny Margarita Day. Are you kidding?
Skinny Margs, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, well, whatever
Ever
you're
had
doing,
a margarita, Tom?
have a good time.
You never had a margarita, have you?
Of course I have. idiot. I've been around. I had a.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know.
I've been around.
I know you're a partier and a badass. You like to keep the.
You like to.
Yeah, but I don't see you as a margarita guy.
No, you don't see him date night, couple margaritas, then the sexy talk starts.
A strawberry.
No, that hasn't happened for years.
Daiquiri? You like daiquiris?
Maybe you should try it.
How about a daiquiri?
I've never had one of those. What's in that?
Get a blender out?
No.
Rum,
He doesn't
lots of rum.
sweet
No, I'm not.
drinks.
Strawberry daiquiri? You like
the
rum?
Don't like the rum. Don't like the gin. Thank you.
I thought you liked gin. Gin and tonics.
He was a ginger ale and
Yeah, gin. I had a bad experience with it once, and it stayed with
Do
me.
you remember the night we were somewhere, and this was when he still drank? Like, this is decades ago.
Yeah.
And somebody tried to pass off ginger ale out of the gun.
Out of the gun.
The gun at the bar.
Was it
the
real?
fake ginger ale.
Every bartender thinks they can fool you.
And he went off on this guy. It started with, "Let me tell you something. This is not ginger ale." And it went from there.
Yeah, every bartender thinks they can fake it. No, they can't.
First time I was in a bar as an adult drinking, I ordered a 7 and 7 because that's the only drink I heard of from Saturday Night Fever. That's what they drank on Saturday Night Fever.
I'm sure that's...
Double J drank those.
My family drank those.
I went to a Christmas party underage, and everyone, like, I was in line, and so I ordered a gin and tonic because that's what I thought adults would order. And come to find out, those things are horrible.
I don't like the taste of gin.
Especially when you're 17. It's not, it's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
It's
a porch drink in the summer.
Beer is an acquired taste, certainly.
Yes.
We have beer news this morning.
Yeah, a couple of stories, actually.
Oh,
Prince
wait,
William poured a pint yesterday. Did you see that?
Say it again.
Prince William, and head of the coronation, he and Kate took the subway line because they've named one of the subway lines after Queen Elizabeth, the Elizabeth line.
The tube.
Stopped in a pub and poured a pale ale called the Kingmaker, which is the official, apparently, ale of the coronation.
That's what Prince Philip used to call his male member.
Ready for the old Kingmaker to come aboard?
The Kingmaker Pale Ale was brewed in celebration of the coronation, and their visit became, as of course, part of the preparation for the coronation of his dad. But he had quite a nice royal ramble, as they say in the copy.
Oh, the old
royal ramble. Speaking of beer, engineers have designed a beer can that actually pours the perfect beer with ideal foam. Design studio Nendo in Japan created the can featuring 2 angled pull tabs that control the level of foam produced by opening the can.
What?
Yeah, according to Dzine.com, the first tab opens the lid slightly and creates a concentrated level of pressure inside the can.
This is kind of like the...
to activate the bubbles in the beer.
This is kind of like the new toilets that have the push button flushes.
Oh, yeah.
You got the
a small flush and a big flush.
You got the one for serious business and the one just for the
the one that really hauls the mail.
Yeah, you got your pee-pee button, and then you got your deuce button.
Wait.
Only you could take the story and turn it into a turd story.
You got your beefy button. Oh, that's a beefy one. We got a big flush.
Christy, see, here's a photograph of the can. And it has the 2 pull tabs on top.
Yes, after the user pours the desired amount of foam, then you can open the second pull tab, and that'll allow foamless beer to flow.
I don't see this taking off.
Well, isn't this a church key?
Isn't that just shotgunning a beer?
Yeah,
all you had to
that's
do
what I
with
was
the
going to say.
church key is do that.
Yeah, that's what you do. You open the top,
one side. And
you open the top, but when you shotgun a beer, you open the top and then you jab a sharp object in the side and then suck it out real fast.
Suck it as hard as you can, Tom.
Yeah. That's a shotgun.
I was thinking of...
It's just to get the alcohol there faster.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just thinking back in the day, you could take one side of the church key or the can opener and poke it on, make a small hole, and then you could take the other side and make a big hole, like when you
Hershey
use
syrup.
concentrated milk. Or
Hershey syrup.
Hershey syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So it's the same idea.
Yeah.
Was I always shotgunning beers wrong? Like,
how do you do it?
I wouldn't open it. I'd turn it upside down, put the where the open part in the can was in my mouth, then stab it in the top, and then
No.
Put it, and it
Yeah,
goes
that
down
works.
your...
That works. That works. Yeah, either way,
Down your
you have to have
throat.
2 holes.
Yes, you must. Don't forget, Tom, you need 2 holes.
A minimum.
And if she's not into it, you get her into it.
Why do they call her? Why do they call her the one-holer? Funny story.
I've never shotgunned a beer.
Really?
Nope. No, never.
I'd like to. I'm sure someone knows the answer to this. What percentage of beer is canned versus bottled versus?
I'm sure there's more cans.
I think it's demographic too.
I prefer a bottle.
Where they
I
sell
prefer a bottle.
Absolutely. Wow. Well, this I don't know. I don't see a bunch of beer manufacturers suddenly giving you the two-tab beer thing. It looks a little too complicated. And
I am glad they got rid of the pull tab.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what I
one of
mean?
those,
Like,
yeah.
remember as a kid
Disconnected away
walking
from the-
along, stepping on one of your dad's pull tabs, and getting a huge cut.
Hey, but we got a great Jimmy Buffett song out of it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
Stepped on a pop top.
Although it ruined a fashion for many people because you couldn't make the beer can hats where they'd connect the pull tabs together. And they also had pull tab vests. Remember those?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
They'd yarn them together, all the pull tabs. Oh,
How
yeah.
hillbilly do you have to
It
be?
was
Oh,
sharp.
very.
It was
Yeah,
sharp.
yeah. You have to be real hill jack.
You have no idea how white trash I am, kid. None at all.
You didn't own one, though, right?
No, I admired them from afar. Speaking of that, the top 10 holidays for beer consumption off-premise, and that means at home. They call the taverns off-premise.
Oh, this is wait a minute. Are you in England here?
No, this is America. July 4th is number 1.
So the off-premise means not at home.
Yes, at home drinking. The
At
highest.
home drinking, because the premises is the tavern.
Okay.
I'm looking right at it. Away from home, on premise.
An accurate title.
Never mind. Christy?
What's the answer?
Looks like cans are sold more than bottles.
At home, it says. I won't even say the word premise. At home. July 4th, Memorial Day, Labor Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving are the top 5. Cinco de Mayo is number 7. At a tavern, number 1 is St. Patrick's Day. That sounds
That's right.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Number 2, Super Bowl. Number 3, Cinco de Mayo. Number 4, NCAA basketball tournament. And number 5, Memorial Day.
That makes sense.
There you go.
And did you see the stat that apparently this year's Super Bowl was the most watched ever?
Really? I did see that.
Did they realign that?
Yeah, they added whatever digital numbers of some sort. So very popular, you see. Okay. Now, Christy, give me the teaser.
We have champagne. We have Dutch nuns and wine in the news. We have this really weird story about all this pasta that was found next to a creek in New Jersey. Bees, and more bees.
What?
Yeah.
The pasta story is bizarre.
It's so bizarre. And when you see the picture of it, it's even...
It's like one of those UFO stories.
Well, we all know that pasta grows on bushes, right? And they go out and they pick the pasta.
Of course. We also have raccoons in the news. Raccoons, bees, dogs. They're all coming up in the news today.
It's the end of days.
Right now, I want to remind you, speaking of things that are coming up, Mother's Day. Kind of getting lost here with all this other stuff happening all at the same time. You've got your Cinco de Mayo. You've got the Kentucky Derby tomorrow.
Well, you still have a week. It's May 14th, a week from Sunday.
Thank you. And that's why I want to remind you today to get on this.
9 days away.
You can check this box off very quickly. I'm talking about Steven Singer Jewelers. They've got just the thing you need for one of those mothers or all those mothers in your life.
Uh-oh, someone put the grabbies on the brand new neon rose. Where is it?
No, it's supposed to be there. Leave it.
Phew, yeah, I know. Yeah, somebody got real upset. The guy who's the head of the video department got really upset that flower got moved yesterday.
Yeah. It's a gold dipped rose. It's from IHateStevenSinger.com. That's just one of the things you can grab if you head over to Steven Singer Jewelers. Oh, yeah. The trick is you want to go there before about 2 o'clock Eastern time. Get that order in, and it will go out the door that day. So you can get this done today. Free shipping before it's too late. The roses start at just $59. They last forever. They're dipped in gold, and they, of course, feature Steven Singer Jewelers' full lifetime guarantee, as does all the jewelry there. This might be a good time to get a bracelet for that mom in your life because, hey, short sleeves are back. You can actually see those wrists again. See what I'm talking about?
That's right. It's wrist season. Yeah.
You know.
Heck yeah.
If you could could get that mom right over there, Jess Hookers, maybe some beautiful earrings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you get to put your hair in a ponytail or something so we can see them. There we go. There we go. Tuck it back. That's it. There we go. I can see that necklace. See what you got going there?
Yeah, I got this from Steven Singer.
That's very nice. You can do the same. And do that for one of those moms in your life. IHateStevensinger.com. It's pretty simple. Like I say, check that box off right now and get that task done. She's going to love it because, of course, those roses, by the way, come in a beautiful gift box, a Mother's Day card from you. So check it out. Once again, IHateStevensinger.com. All kinds of stuff there with that great lifetime guarantee. And tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. We're coming back. We've got nuns in the news. We've got raccoons in the news. Not in the same story. That'd be weird.
Maybe.
Be even more weird if it were beavers.
I've been a nun for the longest time. I have a various pet raccoons.
And one of the greatest comedians, one of my very favorites, will be joined in the studio by comedian Nick Griffin. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Here in the Bob and Tom program, we have been asking you for questions you get all the time.
About your job?
Yeah. Dear Bob and Tom, I work at the service desk of automotive. Customers call in and say, hey, the check engine light came on. What's wrong with my car?
Ah, well, there you go.
I want to always say, I don't know, put your car on the phone. Let me talk to it.
Yeah. How you feeling?
Dear Bob and Tom, my name is James Brown. I'm really getting tired of people saying, so, do you feel good?
Yeah.
Dear Bob and Tom, my name is Brandy. Yes, I am sick of people asking me if I am a fine girl. Okay. If you've got questions you're tired of, we'd like to hear from you.
Yep.
Okay, that's one of my favorite songs. I love that song.
Brandy?
Yes.
Brandy, you're a fine girl?
Yes.
What a good wife you would be.
Yes.
But my love, my life,
and my love, and my lady is the sea.
Yeah.
Now, why do you like that song? Because
I don't
is
know.
that the kind of relationship you want, where that's some
Or the
man who loves you but he has to leave for long?
Right, he comes in, gets the
away
good
for long
loving, and then he
periods.
leaves you alone for a month at a time. It's a great way to keep a relationship
Here it is.
together.
Here it is, kids.
Yeah.
You saying it happened.
Oh, yeah.
Here it comes.
Nice guitar.
There's a boy on a western bay, and it's
Come on, Christy, sing along.
100 ships a day, lonely sailors pass the time away and talk about their homes. Come on, everybody. There's a girl in a harbor town, and she works laying whiskey down. It's a brandy, fashion all around. She serves them whiskey and wine.
On the side, she
says brandy. Fine girl. Good wife you would be. Such a fine girl.
On the side, that's right.
From the sea.
All right, thank you very, very much. All right.
How do you think Brandy?
Hey.
How do you think Brandy got to own the bar?
She wears a braided chain made of the finest silver
from the north of Spain. A locket that bears the name
of the man
that
that
Brandy loves.
She killed and buried out behind the bar.
No shirt, no talent. Oh, that was a good flight.
Yeah, it was. Nicoterm. That's the name of it.
Nicoterm? What's that?
It's a patch.
It's a patch?
Yeah, it helps you quit smoking. My doctor gave it to me.
Nicoterm's a patch?
Yeah, Nicoterm it's a patch.
A patch?
A patch.
Some kind of patch?
Yes, it's a patch like you put on your arm.
Nicoterm is a patch?
I'll be damned. Yes, it's a patch! 2 days later, different flight, same airport.
What do you mean a patch?
It's a patch.
You mean like a cabbage patch?
No.
Like a briar patch?
No.
Like a patch of pirate wear?
No.
You mean like a patchwork quilt?
No.
You mean like a Clarence Carter
No.
patches?
Why can't you understand this? It's a patch your doctor gives you that you wear on your arm.
What do you mean arm?
2 days later, same airport, yet another flight.
Now, let me get this straight. Nicoterm is a...
Nicoterm, guaranteed to help you quit smoking.
I think it's a pad.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
That's awful.
Awful entertaining.
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Comedian Kevin Pollak, when you're on the set with Jack Nicholson in a wonderful movie, A Few Good Men, at what point do you break the ice with him, and how does that work? Had you ever met him before?
No, I hadn't met him before, but he was the most approachable, gregarious screwball I've ever seen on a set. And I tell the story in my stand-up act about how my mom came to visit the set and ended up hitting on Jack Nicholson during shooting the courtroom stuff. And he saw me squirming at the legal table there in the courtroom as I'm watching this, and then that became fuel for his fire, and he came over to where I was sitting and said, "Hey, Kev, how's it going? Listen, I was wondering if you could do me a favor." Yeah. I was hoping you might be able to get your mom off my butt.
Oh, but he didn't say butt.
No, he didn't. She's hitting on me. What the hell is that? What am I supposed to do? Take your mom back to my trailer? Is that what you want?
Christine Stetman. Now, you're a mom?
Well, a mom and a grandma. I think you know that.
I know.
I'm a grandpa.
Is this how this
Are
works?
you?
Yep.
She's been married 27 years and still a virgin, Tom.
Yes.
28,
Well, you know, I
28.
have a lot of grandkids. My daughter keeps having babies, has one almost every year.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, she called me the other day. She goes, "Mom, guess what? I'm pregnant again. There must be something in the air." I'm like, "Yeah, you're late."
But seriously.
Hello?
Bang!
Hey, hello?
Zing! I'm getting her fixed.
Hey, everybody, this is Jimmy Pardo. You recognize my voice from the show and my face from television.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. At the news desk, it's Christy Lee.
Hey.
In the performance room, it's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
There's J.O., Jeff Oskay.
That's right.
He's at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair for Josh Arnold, who joined a cult, and maybe some point he'll be back. I haven't seen him for, months. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee. And Tom, we have a Bob and Tom comedy legend in the studio today.
That's nice of you to say that about the great comedian Nick Griffin.
Yes.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm happy.
He's happy.
You're happy? Well, then this is going to be boring.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not happy. I just thought that would be a good way to start.
I was going to say, we can kill your spirit really quickly around here.
That's our specialty.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Nick Griffin, if I'm reading this correctly, Nick Griffin will be at the Jukebox Comedy Club in Peoria tonight and tomorrow.
Yes.
For some great live comedy. By the way, while I'm at it, Haywood Banks will be at One Night Stands. One Night Stands in Waterford, Michigan.
For one night?
No, he'll be there tonight and tomorrow night. So,
well, it should be called two night stands.
He was there Thursday night also, so I guess it would be 3 night stands.
Full of piss and vinegar
My
today.
stomach is sour.
So not to confuse everybody.
Jeff, tell her what would be good for her stomach.
All right, let's move on here. Nick Griffin is here with us. Nick, it's always a pleasure to see you. You look great.
It's always great to be here. Thanks for having me.
What's new in your? I didn't get a chance to talk to you before I went on the air, so I don't want to.
This is dangerous.
You know, these two guys are responsible for one of the best comedy shows I ever seen.
Really?
Jeff opened for Nick.
Where was that?
Down south. It was a lovely evening. And Jeff Oskay surprised me. He was very funny. I know he's funny, but he was really funny. And
Thanks,
Nick,
Jeff.
of course, was good. It was great.
Okay, now
good show, Tom. Good show.
So, since I did not have a chance to speak with you prior to coming on the air, I'm a little hesitant to ask about anything without being vague.
Yeah.
So to say. So, how are things?
Well, I just got out of a relationship.
This was the lawyer?
Check the box, everyone.
That was the longest one ever, right?
Yes, 7 years.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah. How'd you get out of it?
Are you asking for a friend?
We broke up. I'm going through a breakup, which is embarrassing. You know, going through a breakup. I'm 56. I'm going through a breakup. I should be getting divorced, for God's sakes, or having a heart attack, or passing a stone. I'm not supposed to be going through a breakup at 56.
It's cheaper.
Yeah.
Were you living in the same apartment?
We did.
Oh.
Now, was it her apartment, or are we getting too personal?
It was her apartment.
Oh,
Check, thank you.
Okay.
So you had to move out?
I did, yeah. I mean, I didn't have to, but I thought that'd be the nice thing to do. We wouldn't sing each other anymore.
So, are you in a hostel, or
was there like one of those famous transition periods where suddenly you're in a hotel in your hometown?
No, but what was interesting is that pardon me, we lived right by the United Nations.
Oh,
right I lived at right by the United Nations, and they were having this huge meeting that they have every year. So I couldn't move out for 2 weeks after we broke up. So we just sat there in this kind of sad silence, staring at each other and kind of but it's I think it's better now because I'm by myself, and that's I'm going to start doing. I'm going to stop pursuing people I'm attracted to. That's been a big dead end.
Yeah. If you don't get attached or wrapped up in them, it makes leaving easier.
Yeah, because when you're attracted to somebody, you end up eventually at some point kind of going through a period where you're annoyed by them. So I'm going to go out with people I'm annoyed by, hoping that
it'll reverse. Good point. Nick Griffin is our guest. Nick Griffin is an adult, 56 years of age.
56,
and married once, right? At one point, wasn't there one of those?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was married for 3 years. Yeah, we were together for 3 years, which is not very good. That's 3 years. We were supposed to be together till one of us died, and I never even had a fever.
I see. Now, did you have to initiate the uncoupling of this relationship? How'd that go?
Well, it was going sour for a while, and I did. I was the one that pointed it out. This is not going well, and she didn't take it well. My mom said, "Are you guys still friends?" Yes, we get together every weekend and giggle about how it all fell apart. But yeah, I was the one who said, we should probably stop this, which she and I feel bad about. But I just, it was not going well. What can you do? I mean,
and did you get a new apartment?
I did. I live in New York City, and I was lazy, and she said, "You got to get out of here. You really got." You could tell that she really wanted me to get out of there. She kept saying it, but and I just went outside and I tried to find. I'm a move like 3 blocks away. I didn't even try very hard.
But you did find something.
I did. Yes, I found something. And it was
did you have to get movers, or had you already gotten rid of all your furniture?
I had to get movers. It was just awful. The whole thing is. I'm really not appreciating you walking me through this again.
This is uncomfortable. Can you point to, was it you being sloppy?
No, it wasn't sloppiness. It was, she was a lawyer. She was just doing so well. She was making so much more money than me. And I mean, there's nothing, of course, that's wonderful for her, but it made me feel bad. And I wasn't working much. And she's like really smart. She's got a master's in business, a doctorate in engineering, and a law degree. Whoa. And, but I felt like we did balance each other out, kind of. Anyway, we got into an argument once, though, and we were going back and forth, and I finally said to her, "What do you think, you're better than me?" And then we laughed, and we laughed.
It's good to see you, Nick.
Yeah.
We'll get some sunshine.
He was happy.
You got any upbeat news stories?
Nothing.
Happy?
Sunshine and roses over there, right?
This is kind of an interesting story. Mountains of spaghetti and heaps of elbow noodles or elbow macaroni lined a creek in the woods in New Jersey's Old Bridge Township, and no one knows where it came from. Nina Jokonowitz, a community leader and advocate, posted photos of what she estimated to be hundreds of pounds of pasta dumped near a park after, I think it's 500 pounds when it was all said and done.
Whoa.
Yeah, she said it was like the song On Top of Spaghetti, all covered with cheese. We all know that.
Or Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah, she said you might say who cares about pasta, but pasta has a pH level that will impact the water stream. I dug deeper into the story. They don't know if the pasta was already cooked or not. They kind of think it was dry, and because of the moisture in the air, it softened up over the time that it was sitting there. But they had to bring in 3 crews, and it took wheelbarrows to get it out. And they estimated like 500 pounds of it.
Do you like a forklift with one of those forks that spins? What? I mean, what?
Man, that was a funny invention, wasn't it? So push the button, the fork spins around. Man,
how much damage is the pasta going to do, though? I mean,
well, she said if it went into the stream, it could be a problem. I don't know.
The pH level.
Yeah.
Something about the pH.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want those fish on carbs. Oh my gosh.
They'd be fat.
Yeah.
Able to swim.
Okay.
Yeah. If they get too fat, they'll sink. Use your brain.
I hadn't seen the photograph. This is.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting, huh?
Where? This is going to have to be some kind of a stunt. Someone's going to have to come out and admit that they did this. I mean, the whole side of this river is covered in spaghetti.
This sounds like maybe Light and Lame or somebody in a radio promotion.
Sure.
We're going to dump 4,000 pounds of pasta into the lake. Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot. Makes me kind of hungry.
You want some spaghetti?
Oh, I love spaghetti.
I know you do.
It's very favorite.
I like some
It's really hard to stay off of.
Oh, yeah. You know, it turns to sugar. Yeah, it's so good.
Pasta?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it turns to sugar.
Oh, it's so
Now,
good.
Nick, you're a adult male, as we've established. Man of
25 years, that's what they got. I am adult male.
And very fit, very slender.
Yeah, I'm slender, yeah.
Do you stay away from the pasta?
You know, I was when I was with that love
Lawyer.
of my life that's gone. She's incredibly fit, so I stayed off sugar for months and months and months and years, like probably 2 years, and then went sour, and I headed to McDonald's.
So that's a positive spin to this.
Yeah, so now you get to eat whatever you want again.
I interviewed Nick one time, and you might not look at him and think this, but he has quite the sweet tooth.
Oh, yeah, huge sweet tooth.
And don't you love popsicles or something?
Well, I went through. I'm on pie now.
We got a great pie lady.
What flavor pie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's that? Any flavor?
Any flavor of pie? A certain fruit?
Yeah, I don't love cherry, but I'm not a huge cherry person. But I like a lovely fruit pie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apples. The standard what I get at the old diner where I go and sit by myself and
with your cup of coffee.
Drink my cup of coffee.
Do you look at your phone or do you just stare straight ahead? Like people are going, this guy's going to walk out to the Brooklyn Bridge and
Is Travis Fickle at the next table in this scenario?
Well, I am doing everything by myself. And I told my sister, I got to do everything by myself. I go to the movies by myself. I eat by myself. I walk around by myself. She goes, so that's okay. You're independent. And I said, yeah, but there's a fine line between independent and creepy. No one looks at the guy in the park who's by himself watching the softball game and goes, look at that independent gentleman.
He relies on no one but himself.
Now, so when this thing officially, when you've got your new place,
yeah,
so you're in your brand new apartment,
brand new,
do you cook?
No, I don't cook it. I don't. I mean, I heat up. I'll do the.
You like the soup, right?
I do like soup.
Do you like soup and popsicles
and pie, popsicles and mac and cheese? But I do get a lot of just. I eat slices of pizza from New York. I just go get a slice and that'll hold me over. And I drink a truck driver's worth of coffee and.
Do you have trouble sleeping, drinking all that coffee?
I have a tremendous amount. Yeah, of course.
Well, yeah, that coupled with the sorrow and the anxiety.
But coffee's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you stop?
I know.
So what was the first thing that you couldn't do with her that you would say, hey, she's gone, I'm going to go do this? Besides dating.
It was eating poorly. And, she was a lawyer, so she worked all the time. And God love her. And so I went to some horror movies and stuff like that she probably wouldn't have wanted to have seen.
Yeah.
And, I just walk around, really.
Have you started dating yet?
I don't know. I mean, I guess a little, but I've been dating for decades. That's the sad part. Just dating for decades. I mean, hours and hours and thousands of dollars of dating. And it's really gotten me nowhere. I was thinking, what could I have done with all that time and money? I could have learned an instrument or a language.
Aren't you the one who decided you were going to kiss?
Yeah, that was a long time. I moved on from that.
That was a great. Remember this?
Yes, you'd go on.
No matter what.
Internet dates. No matter what,
no matter who.
Yeah.
If I went on a date, I would kiss the person, or at least I would try to kiss the person. And I remember this one woman, we couldn't figure out our schedules, and the only time we could get together was like 9 a.m. on a Sunday for bagels. And I remember in the middle of being in the bagel shop thinking, I'm going to have to kiss this woman at 9:30 in the morning. And so we were outside by the grocery store, you know, as people are coming out with their donuts and orange juice, and I'm making... Yeah.
Did you ever see her again?
No.
That was it. No, are you going to go on the apps?
No, I'm not going to go on the
Plenty o' Fish?
No. Plenty of Fish, no. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to... I'm going to be the independent man that my sister thinks I am.
Oh, I see. Nick Griffin will be independently on stage, Peoria, this evening at the famed Jukebox Comedy Club tonight and tomorrow. In the meantime, Christy Lee is over there. Go ahead.
Have you tried looking up any of your old high school friends or girlfriends or college?
No, I haven't. But I did look into some people I had dated before I dated my my ex-girlfriend, and
they're all married now with kids.
They've moved on, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
A pair of tourists who were following their car's GPS ended up driving into a harbor on Hawaii's Big Island. Resident Christy Hutchinson, who witnessed the incident, told the Washington Post, quote, "It was so confidently done. They didn't have a look of panic on their face." She filmed the bizarre scene with the video showing several people jumping into the harbor to help the two women. Despite their efforts to pull the car out, it sank into the water. Well, you think you could pull a car out of a... You'd have to be pretty strong.
I am assuming they drove down a boat ramp.
Yeah, tourists mentioned that they'd been following their GPS to find a manta ray tour when they drove right into
Probably
the marina.
in the water. Lucky they weren't on a trip to the volcano. That would have been try pulling a car out of magma.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get these stories every once in a while. Yeah. That the GPS goes, turn left. Okay.
Have you used your GPS when you knew where you were going and it takes you on a route and you're like, what the heck? Why is it doing this? So you wonder if you're in a strange town, like you probably travel a lot and use GPS.
Constantly, yeah.
It would be like, why would you ever go this way? It's kind of scary.
Well, I set mine so I don't have to drive by cemeteries. Don't you guys?
Oh, absolutely.
Which leads me to my next story.
Do you hold your breath when you go by a cemetery? If you don't, you'll never get a hit.
I'll tell you, there's one over this way.
Really?
My God, I'm going to be dead. That light turns red by the museum. You're screwed.
That's right.
We have, we'll give you the teaser, Christy.
Enter your body. We have a corpse under a hotel bed. We'll talk about that. I know. Ugh. Got to pay extra for that.
Could you send a candle up here?
Something smells really
Bees
bad.
on a plane. We have raccoons in the news running through schools.
So if the plane's going 600 miles an hour,
Yeah.
and a bee's inside the plane and flies toward the front of the cabin, is the bee flying 610 miles an hour?
Oh, it depends what your perspective is.
All right.
But we'll get to that coming up. Right now, I want to tell you that if you'd heard that interesting query
yes.
In your Raycon earbuds, you'd be going, that's
It was a query, all right.
What you got them on right now?
Raycon earbuds. That's right. Raycon's mission is to prove that you shouldn't have to pay an arm and a leg for high-quality sound and all the technological features you want for smart tech listening. They're available with Raycon, and you can get a pair and a spare because of the price point. You still pay less than you would with some of those other big name tech brands out there. Buy a pair for you and then give it to somebody you kissed in the morning at the donut shop. Raycon also offers buy now, pay later options. They have an easy peasy lemon squeezy free return guarantee. They offer free domestic shipping, flat fee international shipping, and over 50,000 5-star reviews. And I haven't even told you about the 8 hours of playback with Raycon's crystal clear call quality, and of course Raycon's water and sweat resistant. So go to buyraycon.com/Tom today and get 15% off your Raycon order. That's for starters. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom. Score 15% off your Raycon purchase. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
If you get a chance, check out our YouTube interview with Peter Frampton. It was really fun. And Peter Frampton is going on a relatively small tour, and it may be the last time you have a chance to see him, and I highly recommend it. Also, I'll remind you that Mr. Nick Griffin tonight for some great live stand-up comedy at Peoria's famed Jukebox Comedy Club. And once again, Haywood Banks at One Night Stands. And it's for 2 nights, tonight and tomorrow, Christy. I said just one night.
Silly name.
Okay, well, don't not go on Saturday because Christy told you it's only for 1 night. That's in Waterford, Michigan. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Chick McGee. Chick said earlier he's never touched a cow before, but the rumors about the girls he's dated are not quite one-sided. And ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause for Belle and her Cinco.
Oh yeah, feel it.
She's fine. She's fine. She's just fine.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if we can get something out of there. Okay, you got the hang of it there?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? Well, you better get some milk because we don't want you to be an utter failure. All right, you ready? Get set. And go. Yeah. There he goes. He's... Come on, keep going, Chad. The cow's leaning over towards you. You must be. When was the last time you had your head completely into the hooks of the section of jersey? She falls over. Stay with her. Stay with her. Hold her back. Phil, he's a nice guy. Don't make him chase you. I wonder, Tom, did he lose a bet or something? 5 seconds. Come on, Chick. And time. It's over, Chick. You're all right. The official measure. Now we're up against a quarter already. So.
Smiley's ahead. Oh, wait a second. Yes, you did.
Well, we have a sit. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Mr. Chick McGee. What a trooper, Chick. And you know the Bob and Tom are not going to let you live this. No. Neither is Christy.
You
got a half, he got a quarter pounder. How do you like that, Vince? You know, like his milk should make garbage pies.
Oh my God, the
We have the turd man here. It's under control. The turd man is
all right.
Okay.
Right now we've got Brooke Chalice as our guest. Did you drive here from?
Yeah, I drove over and no longer driving my Yugo. You know, I had
got rid of it?
Yeah, I got a Yugo for a while because I bought a Yugo because I had the coupon. You know, sure. And it's not much of a car. You turn up the radio, the car stalls. You know, no rear view mirror because nothing will be behind you. Believe me. You can actually tick off the Amish people. You know, they go by and bullwhip you. You know.
Sorry, they don't have horns.
I got places to go. I don't know if you know this or not. If you ever get behind the Amish, those horse-drawn carriages, they usually have that orange triangle sign on the back. I found out if you fire a softball and hit that sign, you dunk the driver. You just lose him. It's a great little highway thing to do.
That's a nice little trick.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
My mom doesn't like it when I drink. She's always like, Michael, I hate it when you drink. You always become somebody else. I'm like, Mom, that's why I do it.
Yeah,
we laugh.
Yeah, we laugh now.
What's your drink of choice?
My drink of choice. I like Guinness.
Really?
I don't know if that's a.
That's all right.
That's good.
Christy, you're nodding. You approve?
Yeah, I was expecting something sweet.
Oh, Bob.
Well, I mean, it just doesn't seem like a beer drinker.
Yeah.
It looks more like a Mai Tai drinker to me.
My mom's Irish, so I always feel like
okay.
Like growing up, it was weird because she's Irish Catholic, so she's like super Catholic, you know. And whenever we did something wrong, she'd like go off. She'd be like, "Who broke the fishbowl? Jesus, Mary, and Joseph."
Yeah,
yeah.
My brother would be like, "Wow, we should go tell her it was us." I'd be like, "No, we're not even one of the top 3 suspects. We're not even in the lineup. We're Catholic. Jesus died for our sins. He won't mind taking the heat on a fishbowl."
So back to your bedroom, Christy. We've decided you need to remove the crucifix from the room. I think you should just go all out.
Go all out and do what?
Well, as soon as you open the door, disco ball,
right?
Yeah,
condom machine right there on the wall,
incense.
Even better, Tom. One of those little machines that dispenses cologne.
No, one of them is condoms. The next is French ticklers.
Oh, yeah.
Something that looks like a cat toy.
Right.
And then,
yeah.
I think we've done all the damage we can do.
Oh no,
and then
I know. Started.
And then a little button you walk over, press it, and here's your chick going, "Are you ready?
Are you ready?"
Yeah.
Then the disco music starts. Oh yeah.
Techno action.
Christy! Actually, it's chicks.
Hi, this is Augie Smith.
I'm a party for the coronation.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello, Chick McGee.
Hello. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Jeff Oskay.
That's right.
We call him J.O.
Are we going to get news we failed to mention from you today? Oh, good.
Hot dog. He's the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom with one of our favorite comedian guests.
Yeah, Nick Griffin's here with us, and the good news is he got out of that relationship he'd been in for 7 years just before Valentine's Day, so that saved him a little bit of trouble.
Oh,
That's a good idea.
God, that's a good idea.
I had to send Hail Mary flowers.
yeah, you had a rough spot.
I had a rough one.
Yeah, I know.
Nick is on his way to Peoria's famed Jukebox Comedy Club this evening and tomorrow evening. How many Letterman appearances was it?
I had 11.
Wow, that is great.
Very cool.
One of them famously for its, what, 90 Seconds of Silence? What was the story there?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how much silence it is, but I did a Letterman where I did 3 jokes and then forgot my act for at least a minute, and That was disappointing.
Now, did they put your act on teleprompter or something so you can remember it?
You know what's funny is they tell you.
They ask, right? Or
they'll
something?
ask you if you want to, but they also say Dave doesn't like it. It doesn't seem professional. And I, of course, always wanted to please Dave, so I didn't, and I paid the price.
Did you panic? Just stand there? What happened?
He danced. No,
I just stood there. I racked my brain, and I didn't look around or anything. I guess on some level I kept my composure, but it was happening so fast, and in my mind I was going, "Oh, this is really bad."
How did you pick it back up again?
I just found it.
Did you have a keyword?
I don't know how I found it. I got lucky, but it was, it was ruined because I did it twice. I did it like 60 seconds, maybe, or 70 seconds of silence, and then another 15 seconds after that. And then I found the string of jokes and did them. And it was chilly. It's chilly in the Ed Sullivan Theater anyway, but it was colder that day.
Now, have you ever watched it? Did they? I assume they edited.
They just edited so it looked wonderful.
Oh.
And I mean the wonderful, magic of editing. Yeah, they just.
And you got invited back, right?
I did get invited back. Yeah, I had built up enough goodwill that they said that must have been, a hiccup. And,
does that ever happen when you go live these days?
Never. No, it's never happened ever to me, ever.
Boy, I'd hate for that to happen in a club tonight, like in Peoria or something.
Yeah, that's...
The best thing to do is probably not even think about it.
Don't even... Yeah, I should.
Did you ever, when you're working on new material, have a little, like a piece of, like a little card with some, like, keywords on it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I always... I don't always, but I do every now and then have little bullet points up there, but boy, was that disappointing.
Man. Did you ever bring back classic pieces of your act? You're like
sometimes I do. Sometimes somebody will say something in the audience, and I'll say something. I was talking to my buddy the other day. He told me. I asked him if he wanted to go get some lunch, and he said, I can't right now. I'm taking a bath. And I said, that's okay. I'm not hungry anymore. He's taking a bath. What kind of man takes a bath during the day? What are you, an old prospector?
I don't think I've ever heard that.
When's the last time you took a bath, Chick?
Oh, God. I have...
By yourself?
The compound I'm in now.
Yes.
I have never taken a bath.
Really?
And we're coming up on 6.5 years I've been there.
Wow.
Really? Yeah.
Does your new place have a bathtub in New York?
Yeah, the new place after you were asked to leave.
I wouldn't have got it if it hadn't had a lovely tub in there. No, it does have a tub. Yeah, it does have a tub. I don't use it, but
guys don't do that. They don't relax in the tub.
No,
with
you don't want to tell somebody you're in the tub either.
Because tubs are like so they don't have to clean up a lot of the mess.
Right, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a pleasant thought. Do you remember the first time you were
ruining the bath for me?
I'm sorry, 5.5 years I've been there.
Nick Griffin, the first time you were on national television was what show?
It was the Late Show with Craig Kilborn.
Wow.
Yeah.
That goes way back. Do you remember the first joke you told?
I don't, but I do remember my shirt I had a T-shirt and it was all tucked in, and I remember going, this is not, I looked at it recently and I went, that's not a good look. I mean, it didn't look right, the T-shirt that I had, and there's a lot of bad clothing on TV with me.
This woman that you just uncoupled with, if you will, did she give you pointers about your comedy? Would she come see your show and say, that's a good joke, that isn't, you shouldn't wear that shirt, maybe different shoes would be good?
No, she was fully supportive. The more I kind of remember all this, maybe I should get back together with her.
Is that even
is that perfectly nice about everything?
The tiniest of possibilities that you could do that, you think? Or Because we can. Maybe I should intercede for you.
I don't.
Maybe I'll call and get this thing back on solid ground.
Were voices raised? Was there any yelling? No yelling.
I haven't raised my voice. I can't even remember the last time I raised my voice. It was probably after that Letterman gig.
Yeah, just kind of acquiesce to the sorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
it's amazing how much of Nick's pain we've covered since he's been
here. On a happier note.
Yeah, go ahead.
You like popsicles, right? You got to be happy that the popsicle season's just around the corner.
Didn't you tell me you ate a whole box of popsicles in an afternoon?
I consistently ate a box every night. There were those
every night,
every single night. Yeah. There were those juice bars.
Oh, okay.
Like
100%
the
fruit
classic
juice?
popsicles,
I like
the
those,
juice
yeah.
bars.
Yeah. So they were kind of, sort of, maybe healthy.
Not even, yeah. But yeah.
Do you have any teeth left after?
I am missing a few teeth. I am missing a few teeth now.
Okay.
That's one painful memory we haven't covered yet.
Okay. Dentistry.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to cheer Nick up, and I always do the same introduction here. As you know, you are a seasoned professional. And we've established this a fully grown adult.
A grown-ass man, as they say.
Yeah. And, but a seasoned veteran in the world of comedy. You've been on national television many times, played in front of huge audiences. You're a terrific comedian. But even Tiger Woods, who a fine golfer, would occasionally take a lesson. He'd have a professional look at his swing and maybe give it a couple of tweaks.
Sure.
Well, that's what we like to do here on this show with this segment with Ace Cosby.
Sexy man with a deep voice. Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Derby weekend, it reminded me of this. A horse walks into a bar.
Oh.
The bartender says, "Hey." The horse says, "Buddy, you read my mind."
Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Nick's laughing. That was one of his better ones.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
You're on fire this week, Ace. You had the robot joke that killed.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What was the robot joke again?
Oh, that was a good one.
What does a robot do after sex?
What does a robot do after sex?
He nuts and bolts.
Get it, Nick?
A bonus round. Thank you very much. We're coming back. We've got comedian Nick Griffin with us on his way to Peoria's Jukebox Comedy Club. We've got news. We've got raccoons. We've got bees.
Sure, we do.
An Ed Sheeran update. And the physicist wanted to know, why do champagne bubbles float up? We got the answer.
I don't know, gravity?
Who knows?
To tickle my nose?
We'll find out. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More.
The Gores just got divorced. We know Paul McCartney went through the worst divorce in history.
That's true.
I would have been a great attorney for Paul McCartney. I'd have said, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my client, right over there, 1964, could not crawl out of a car without every woman in America tearing her hair out, yelling his name at the top of their lungs. He could have had any woman in the world that year. He went with the Manson family-looking girl who was the photographer, who was relatively plain. Lived with the woman for 35 years. 35 years, not one night did he ever miss with his wife in 35 years, except when he was arrested for marijuana in Japan, and she was down the hall in a different cell.
Yeah.
Okay? He loved this woman. She made him eat vegetarian food. Okay? She was not attractive. He put her on the cover of the Band on the Run album. James Coburn looked better than she did.
True
on
enough.
the cover of that album. This woman couldn't hold a tune in a bucket. Couldn't hold a tune in a bucket. He let her play in his band for 10 years. He loved this woman. Lived with her 35 years, never missed a night. She passed away. He became a knight. I think he owns Happy Birthday. I know he owns Ramblin' Rick from Georgia Tech, a hell of an engineer. He's a billionaire. The Queen hit him over the shoulder with a sword and made him a knight. He is a sir. And that one-legged, wooden-legged woman wants you to believe that he's hard to get along with.
Indianapolis, believe it or not, at one point was the biggest manufacturer house, the most car manufacturers anywhere. This was before Detroit took over. And Detroit ended up taking over because they were right on the Lake Michigan, and it was easier to get ore and steel and everything, the raw materials. For some reason, this was where cars manufacturers were. Well, they wanted a test facility. Carl Fisher, who owned Prestolite, and Prestolite was a big factory, and they made a bunch of different stuff, but one of them, they made headlights for automobiles, was his big deal. He ended up going on to develop Miami. He turned Miami into a vacation place, but he was one of the 4 founders. And they go, we need a place. Well, Speedway at that time, that was out in the country. And so they bought this property. How big are we going to make the track? And they're kicking it around. And they made the track 2.5 miles because that's what fit in the property they had bought. That's how that became, the property they had, it became 2.5 miles. And it was a test track. And they just started promoting it as the biggest and the best and the da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But that's where the Indianapolis 500 is where a lot of innovation took place for years, like brakes and shocks and tires and safety. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the IndyCar Series have pioneered safety in automobiles. So how did it become the biggest and the best? I mean, just the daringness of the drivers, the innovation that took place, and again, the purses were always the biggest, and it was just where everybody from all over the world wanted to come.
State electricity not included.
Driver, listen, I know you're in there. Pick up. I said beep. All right. Get back to me. Goodbye.
Amish Bell, leading you into the 19th century.
I said beep. I said beep.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
Tommy and I actually met in Ireland at the Cat Laughs Festival.
Really?
We've known each other for a very
some
long
time, huh?
Yes.
Back in the day.
Do you go to Ireland a lot?
I do. Well, my family is actually from Kilkenny, and then they happened to put a festival right in the town, which was highly convenient for me to still go back and visit my...
You actually see relatives.
I do. But like the last time I went, my brother and I got there, my brother and sister went with me, and we went out drinking. We weren't drunk, but we had drank a lot of Guinness, and for whatever reason, I kept seeing a lot of dwarves.
I'm glad you weren't drunk.
Yeah. And I said to my aunt who lives in the town, I said, hey, is there an inordinate amount of dwarves in this town? And she goes, well, Kathleen, I suppose it would depend on your definition of inordinate. I was like, wow, 38? I don't know what. And she's like, well, there's the murder. Well, I'm like, that's where this whole leprechaun thing got started. People just got hammered in the bar and went, he was magical and he disappeared. No, that was Dave, and he's a dwarf, and he went home. That's all. Paid his tab, walked out for the night. Didn't even do a card trick. Nothing. Just went home.
So, Mark, you're a single guy.
Yeah, I tell you, though, it's tough because I got these neighbors behind me.
Really?
My neighbor, Gail, very...
Gail?
Gail is a woman who just moved. Her bedroom wall is right behind mine, and she has a new boyfriend. And I found this out. His name is... Tom!
The Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
You might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and
Windownation.com.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick McGee.
Jeff Oskay. We call him J.O.
That's right.
He's the I Hate
I don't
Steven
call him J.O.
Singer sidekick chick. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Jess Hooker rejoins us.
Hi.
She had to go park some cars. I'm Chick McGee.
Yes.
And here's Tom with Bob and Tom comedy legend.
It's one of our favorites.
The one and only.
He is comedian Nick Griffin. Nick, a single man, handsome man. Wouldn't you say, Jess?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. One of my favorite comedians to travel with.
Yeah?
Always so nice, and polite. Yeah.
Soft-spoken.
A gentleman.
Gets in a huge fight with his now ex-girlfriend, never even raises his voice.
He said they didn't fight.
You don't seem like a fighter, Nick.
No, I don't. I give in.
Say words like, enough.
I get it.
You're right.
Yeah. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. Right. Things like that.
Okay.
You don't host a podcast with your ex-girlfriend, do you?
No.
Okay, that's a different host.
Just
okay.
a comic, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Is that the horror movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your podcast called?
Scary Monsters.
Nice. That's a great idea.
We just talk about our lives for like 20 minutes, and then we talk about a movie, the same movie we watched. We both watched the same movie.
What do you recommend? What's your current favorite in the realm of horror movies?
There's a movie called Antlers with Carrie Russell that's quite good. I liked that a lot. And
what's it about?
That's recent. She goes to sleep and wakes up and she has giant antlers on her head.
No.
Oh. Sorry.
It's about a Wendigo, which is sort of a werewolf type book.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I know that you like horror movies.
I do. I love horror movies, yeah.
Well, so people can listen to Scary Monsters?
Scary Monsters, yeah. You can find it in wherever you find podcasts.
Yeah, all right. And you find them everywhere. That's
right. Yeah. I woke up, there's one under my bed.
We have Christy Lee at the Bob and Tom news desk. What have we missed over there?
A Delta Airlines flight bound for Atlanta was delayed several hours in Houston after hundreds of bees swarmed the plane's wing. A Delta spokesperson said the bees were shaken loose when the airplane was pushed back from the gate.
What?
According to flight data, the flight was delayed just over 4 hours as a result of the swarm.
Am I assuming the wrong thing and thinking this plane must have been parked for a while for bees to
I don't know. She said
like that?
One witness said as soon as the plane's engines turned on, the bees left. All Delta had to do was turn on the plane. So I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah.
4-hour delay?
Yeah, you'd be happy, wouldn't you? Sitting on the plane for 4 hours?
On the runway? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Apparently, there are some bees swarming our right wing. We're going to be here for a while.
We get a lot of these bee stories. We had the one with the million bees on the Florida interstate.
Crash Semi released 1 million bees onto a Florida highway recently. WKMG.
We're magic.
Reports them. How do you get magic out of KMG?
MG, magic.
Oh, okay.
I guarantee you there's a radio station out there with WBMG, and they are the Magic 10 whatever. Yep.
Reports the accident occurred in the middle of the night on U.S. Highway 301 at the entrance ramp to I-10 East. The Florida Highway Patrol said a tractor trailer collided into the bee hauling truck.
Wow.
Neither driver was injured, but the bees were released following the collision, and a beekeeper had to be called to the scene to help recover all of the insects.
And there were so many of them to bring in the SWAT team.
SWAT team. The sting operation.
Big sting, yeah. The SWAT.
I called the police. They said, I wanted to know what was going on. They said, none of your beeswax. Thank you very much.
A high school in Texas.
No one's going to do the classic joke?
Well,
I thought you got them all.
Oh, no. You know, they knew about it. It was a sting operation.
There it is.
Pat just said that.
Pat, your frequency doesn't come through my head.
Thomas having some ear issues.
Well, gee, I'm glad he's here then.
The rest of the time you're on the show, it's going to be a little awkward, Pat.
Sorry, Pat.
What did you sing?
You have a song for us, Pat?
Sure, I can have a song.
What do you got?
How much time do we have?
You like to have a
Do you want a short one? You want a 2-minute one? What do you want,
have
Tom?
as much time as you
I
need.
got tons of songs. What do you want?
How about a song about bees or honey or Nick Griffin or?
I do have a honey thing. I'd have to look that up though.
Real quick, I'm hand feeding a parakeet at my house right now.
Oh, why?
I want to know everything.
Well, my mom bought my oldest daughter a parakeet like 5 years ago, and it's sick. And she's been insisting that we take it to the vet. And so we took it to the vet, and even the vet was like, why'd you bring a $5 parakeet in here? Right. And so they gave us medicine, and we have to hand feed it 3 times a day, and it only cost $190. And I was like, oh my gosh, did you realize I could just buy you, I don't know, 45 new parakeets if you would just be cool.
How do you hand feed a parakeat?
You grab it and you get a little dropper and you put it in its little beak and you drop drops into it.
And it allows you to open its little beak and put stuff.
Oh, no.
No, it does not want that. But
they put up quite a squawk.
You kind of got to get an oven mitt and kind of corner it in the cage, and then
Can you
drop
do me a favor?
We need video of that.
Would you please video that and send it to everyone?
Yeah, I will.
So, since we don't really use newspapers anymore, what do you put in the bottom of the cage?
They have bedding. You buy $20 bedding, which is shredded up newspapers that you put in the bottom of the cage.
Oh, yeah.
I'm loving this bird. Oh.
You've had it for 5 years?
Yeah.
What's the bird's name?
Pepper.
Pepper the parakeet.
Pepper the parakeet.
It's not a parakeet. Oh, it's a parakeet, though?
Yes.
Oh, one of those little, it's not even a parrot?
It's a $5 parakeet, Tom.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the whole story.
Can it fly outside?
Hang on.
You have no idea how much I wanted to release
I've
that
asked
thing.
this a couple times, but I've never meant it more. Are you listening to another station?
No, I'm researching something for Pat here.
Okay.
What? We had a bird when we were kids, but his name was Chester, and we just called him Chester the Molester because we didn't know what it meant. We just knew that it rhymed. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I grew up with a guy who had a parakeet, and when I was in high school, and I go over there for dinner, and the father, the patriarch, would scoot food off to the side on his plate. The parakeet would come over, perch on the side of his plate, and eat the food that he had shoved to that side. And then the parakeet would go back to the cage.
Send me a video so I can show my parakeet how it's done.
It's amazing.
Apparently, according to this news account, the first Saturday in May is Worldwide Naked Gardening Day.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody aware of this?
Oh, yeah. That's where we.
Oh,
They're clubs, right?
Yeah.
I could do that. We dust off my Leon Redbone, Leon Mudbone.
Okay, let's hear it.
Jess Hooker. You're going to love this, Jess.
Give her the bone.
I'm going to give you the bone. Here we go. Jess, I like to work in the garden, buck naked, walking around nude in the yard.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sowing the seed in my birthday suit. I got a hoe if it gets too hard. Or my shrubs trimmed. Cucumbers growing for all my neighbors to see. I'm into horticulture, into buff just the way that God made me. A little dirt on my knees, I get some sun on my tush. I like to plant my tulips by the bush. Garden naked, I'm wild and nude in the yard. Oh, you know my plums are ripe. See how they're hanging? My peanuts ready to sprout. When it comes to wearing clothes outdoors, I'd rather go without. Oh, the pussy willow. Keep it watered. Roses, watch out for thorns. They could tear my bulbs up pretty bad. Should I put shorts on? Well, now I'm torn. You gotta watch out for spider mites, snakes, and ants when you're working in the garden without no pants. They'll bite your cherry tomatoes and your hairy potatoes when you're gardening naked, out nude in the yard. Good morning, Miss Johnson. Are you enjoying the view? Don't shake your head at me. I was talking about the begonia. Very good, Jess.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Pat.
A little tribute to naked gardening. Wow. I think the bugs would be the worst part, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah. The gnats. The pecker gnats.
Pecker gnats.
Pecker gnats.
There are pecker gnats?
There are pecker
They get your knob.
You guys don't know about pecker gnats?
No. Really?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Is that a real
They
thing?
like heavy gnats?
It's 100% a real
Yeah.
thing. Like on a dog?
Yeah, like on a dog. Or actually, if you're landscaping out in the yard long enough, They swarm.
For guys, too?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Is there some cheesy substance present when the
Well,
gnats
maybe
fly?
it was 110.
Sorry?
Full humidity.
All right, sir.
Wow, pecker ants.
Gnats.
No, pecker gnats.
Oh, pecker gnats.
Pecker ants would be very painful.
Yeah, red ants fighting.
Okay.
You know, some people are into that, right?
What?
Having bugs crawl on their unit.
What?
Yes.
No.
Stop it.
Yes.
There.
Yes. Look it
Is
up.
that, are they? Is that where cockroaches?
Possibly. You know, I didn't know where we were going, but I'm glad I'm here. How about that?
Your pecker gnats.
Pecker gnats are
Cockroach.
annoying small flies that are attracted to the odors of pus and body secretion.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Pecker gnats.
That's not their given name, but that's...
Sounds like the name of a band.
Yeah.
A lesser
It was either
band.
Foo Fighters or Pecker Gnats.
They're usually called eye gnats, but...
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Maybe that's a regional name for
Yeah,
it.
might
Sounds good.
be.
Right now, I want to remind you that SimpliSafe is the best when it comes to home security, and it's super easy to do because, Chick, when did you first put yours in?
Oh, gosh, 8 years ago.
Because you moved it once.
I
when you
did.
moved.
I moved it once and reinstalled it. That's right. Peace of mind. That's what we're selling at SimpliSafe. Before you pack your bags and go on vacation, wouldn't you like to be laying on the beach, not worrying about your home? Well, that's what you'll have when you get hooked up with SimpliSafe Home Security, and you can stay connected from anywhere, anytime. You can arm or disarm your system remotely with the smartphone app. Check your cameras to make sure everything is okay right there on your phone. Enjoy greater peace of mind knowing your home is monitored around the clock by trained agents ready to defend your home against break-ins, fires, and other threats. And SimpliSafe ships to your door, easy to set up yourself in about 30 minutes, although SimpliSafe does have certified technicians that can install it for you. And with financing through a firm, secure your home today and just pay installments over time that fit your budget. Customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at SimpliSafeTom.com. Go today. I've got a deal for you. Claim a free indoor security camera and 20% off your order with interactive monitoring. That's SimpliSafeTom.com. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
We're coming right back. We're hanging out with comedian Nick Griffin. Coming up, we have champagne in the news. I know Christy's excited about champagne tomorrow morning as she and her friends in their pajamas watch.
Pajamas and pearls.
Okay. What kind of pajamas are you going to wear? Have you decided?
I have black silk ones with little feathers on them. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
If you attended this, how long would you be there, Tom? 30 seconds.
They've got a porch. I can go out and be in the phone.
Oh, they have a nice porch. Very nice
Oh,
home.
good. That's
Beautiful home. Brand new. It's very nice.
Okay, good. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Hi, he's Bob. I'm Bob. And he's Tom. And I'm Tom. What is it, Tom?
San Francisco's gay Jewish congregation, Shah Ar Zahav, has dedicated its new synagogue. This is true, with 2 members engaging in the ceremonial blowing of the ram's horn.
KIZZFM. Kiz. Lucky that doesn't start with a J. Stop it! Dr. Ruth, can I get pregnant when a man undresses me with his eyes?
Only if he's cockeyed. Golly, Earl, that might be a pretty good idea. I'd killed my wife when I'd wanted to. I'd be out of jail by now.
Dr. Ruth, when I'm dancing, what part of my body should not move?
Your bowels.
I got some DAP butt crack filler putty back here. We'll just fill that crack right in there, Bob.
Comedian Tim Allen. Oh, God.
Using laxatives and a rectal scope, doctors were able to collect evidence over a period of 4 days.
I must have one.
Rectal scope is a mouthwash. Your color's back to your face?
Oh, I was gray this morning.
So is yours, Tony.
Tony, you're... I'm sorry.
Thank you. I've got to go. You're gaining weight. My wife, when the first time she was pregnant, all I saw of her for 9 months was her ass hanging out of a refrigerator.
And if you believe that, I can't say
Bishop Emeritus Frederick W. Freaking, who headed the Roman Catholic Diocese. That's his name. He was 85.
Did they have to pull the freaking plug?
Hey, boys, this is the Pope. It's the Pope. I gotta go to the freaking funeral.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
The bass player's wife was in the kitchen doing dishes, and she's listening to her son play with his trains out in the living room. And she hears him out there playing, and she hears him say, all right, all you a-holes, get off the train. And the rest of you a-holes, get on the train and put your luggage under the seat. Well, she runs out there, and she says, we don't talk like that in this house. Go to your room. So she leaves him in his room for 2 hours.
Oh.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it is.
So she brings him out, and he says, can I play with my trains again? And she says, well, okay, have you learned your lesson? He says, yeah, I think so. So she goes back to the kitchen, and he's playing with his trains. And then she hears him say, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for riding with us today. Hope you had a pleasant trip. And the rest of you boarding the train, hope you have a nice stay with us today. And those of you pissed off about the 2-hour delay, talk to the bitch in the kitchen.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time and saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
Christy, I don't know if you've seen this, but it says, this is from the science editor, Stefan Anitie. The headline is 10 minutes of staring at boobs daily prolongs man's life by 5 years.
I'm going to live forever.
Now, according to this news account, this says 10 minutes of staring at the charms of a well-endowed female is equivalent to a 30-minute aerobic workout, according to Dr. Karen Weatherby.
Well, you get one arm working out.
Men aged 40 or over should spend at least 10 minutes a day admiring breasts size D cup or larger.
There's a requirement.
This is from FARC. I have to tell you,
There is qualification.
I am a little
All right,
skeptical.
that's funny.
First of all, the headline should be Bob Kavoyan lives forever.
As I continue to work, with these people and certain occasions will come up, like Shatner, of course, I've been doing for many, many years. And so now there's another level of our relationship where he's invited me to his home for Monday Night Football and that sort of thing. And I'm a huge, huge fan of his. You have to understand. So anything is surreal. But let me tell you,
Monday Night Football.
You haven't
Shatner.
You haven't lived till you've seen William Shatner staring at the TV screen in the crunch of a Monday Night Football moment and see Captain Kirk say, "Stick 'em." It really is a surreal moment.
Man.
There are water shortages in Nairobi after floods tore through a dam. Apparently, someone aggravated the god of irony. 5 ounces of crack cocaine were found in a toddler's diaper. Cops became suspicious when the combination of the two smells made the drug dog pee himself with excitement.
Yeah, dogs love diapers.
They
That's
do.
true.
Corporate sponsors are finally signing up with the International Gay Rodeo Association. The odd thing about a gay rodeo, after the long weekend, you never know exactly why your ass is sore.
Really?
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, chick.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. The I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair is unoccupied at the moment. Nick Griffin, Bob and Tom comedy legend, is here. And here's Tom Griswold.
Nick Griffin is on his way to Peoria's Jukebox Comedy Club. I suggest you get in your automobile or truck and join him there. There'll be shows there this evening and tomorrow for some great uplifting comedy with Nick Griffin. I say that, I mean it in all sincerity. He's one of the very, very best. Nick, when you were a kid, were you a fan of the band Kiss?
My brother, who is about 3 years older, was a gigantic fan, still is, and I was a smaller fan.
Well, speaking of small fans, I don't know if you heard about this, but we try to do a world record every day. We'll review what the Guinness World Record people have stated, and today they issued a world record, and this seems ridiculous, but it's true. The band Mini Kiss, which you may not be aware of, but these are 4 men of short of stature. They have earned the title of the world record for the smallest average height in a band. Mini Kiss began as a novelty act, according to the Guinness World Record people, with 4 little people dancing in costumes of the Kiss costumes with makeup, lip-syncing to the lyrics of the full-size Kiss outfit. But they are now apparently playing their instruments and singing. We have this is some actual audio from Mini Kiss. That may just be a poor recording. I don't know.
Yeah. That's what hinders that. Yeah, the recording.
We were talking about other. I just wonder if there are other groups of smaller folks that do band tributes.
I'm not aware, but I have a famous in our family picture of me and Pat, my older brother, going. He was Gene Simmons and I was Paul Stanley.
Oh, I want to see that.
In Halloween, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the full makeup and everything?
Yeah, the full makeup, the whole thing.
That's great.
Yeah, it was fun.
I wonder if there's like a mini Spice Girls.
Yeah, we don't have the all-girl short band.
There is a, I have just been informed, there is a Ozzy Osbourne tribute band made of small stature men. And someone suggested that someone should do a Peter Frampton tribute called Dinklage Comes Alive. I'm not sure who to thank for that. Oh, Brent Burton sent us that idea. Thank you, Brent. That's pure genius.
That is.
Now, I believe, are we getting ready for our special treat for, there we go.
I believe so. There he is.
Yay. Hey, everybody. It's me again. It's Jeff Oskay from the Failed to Mention News Desk. Nick, I don't know if you know what we do here. We give you a lot of the news each week, but we don't give you all the news, so I'm here to give you the news that we have failed to mention.
Now, here's Jeff Oskay with what you failed to mention news. Pew, 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 pew.
Earlier this week, we were discussing, you guys discussed on air, the red enema bags hanging on the back of bathroom doors. What you failed to mention, it was at that moment I realized that big red balloon I had been blowing up as a child hanging on the back of my grandparents' bathroom door was...
Yeah.
Some company somewhere is making flavored ice cream sandwiches such as salted caramel brownie and double chocolate donut. What you failed to mention, some of their rejected flavors, shoe scrapings, under table gum, and ooey gooey escargot. A new study released said that 12% of people have pooped in the shower. What you failed to mention, it could be worse. At least they weren't taking a bath.
Might be higher in the bath.
Someone set a new world record by making the largest box of chocolates, weighing in at 5,616 pounds. What you failed to mention, 5,616 also happens to be the number of rats it attracted. The number of rats. A man, no, let's skip that one. The other ones are going so well. Why not? To keep away unwanted seagulls, a zoo is recruiting people to dress up in bird costumes. What you failed to mention, hey, get a load of that dodo.
It's a bird, you see.
Bird.
Dodo bird.
An 88-year-old Polish man set the world record for the world's oldest windsurfer. What you failed to mention, in lieu of the sail, the man just used his loose skin.
Loose skin.
Loose skin.
Old.
This is going well.
Really old.
In front of my comedy hero.
He's laughing. He's laughing it up.
Okay, well, it's because he's nice. Authorities were called to break up a goat fight. What you failed to mention, you gotta be kidding me.
Goat. Kid.
Yeah. Play on words.
Thanks for the boost.
The inductees to this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame have have been announced. What you failed to mention, after all these decades, I'm just finally happy that they're inducting cocaine. Into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yes, goes to cocaine. Wisconsin has passed a new law that allows 14-year-olds to serve alcohol. What you failed to mention, wow, dining at the Wisconsin Hooters just got awkward.
Looks like you're sprouting there, Susie.
We don't have to comment any further.
No.
And finally, vets warn that dogs are eating weed they find on the ground and are getting sick. Well, you failed to mention, look at all those hundreds of thousands of dollars we've used to train the dogs, and they're already drug sniffing. There's, they're having no. These are untrained dogs. They're finding the weed without any training. I don't. So this is a little story from my life. So back before I had children and I used to smoke the pot, I had the great idea I was going to train my dogs to be drug-sniffing dogs. That way when I misplaced my drugs, but I had trouble because my dogs didn't like drugs. My dogs liked bologna. So I had to start hiding bologna with all my stuff so they could find it. Yeah, the best part was my dogs could find my weed any time of day. Thanks to BOLOGNA. Plus, it cut down on people wanting to smoke my weed. I would like, you want to hit this? And they're like, is it the bologna weed? And I'm like, you bet your pimento loaf it is. And they're like, I will pass. I'm Jeff Oskay, and this has been the news I wish I failed to mention.
Here's Jeff Oskay. Failed to mention news. Jeff Oskay.
When you were a kid, you open the fridge, all that is in there, that's pimento loaf, and you take a knife and cut out all the...
I would never eat that. Never. I'd go hungry.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Now, a couple things. We're hanging out with comedian Nick Griffin, and Nick is on his way to the Jukebox Comedy Club in Peoria. Also, Willie G tonight at the Comedy Chateau, North Hollywood, California. I'm sorry, Saturday night. Excuse me, Willie. Willie will be there at tomorrow evening, North Hollywood at the Comedy Chateau. That's
that sounds
cool.
very...
We have Christy Lee still at the news desk. But before we get back to Christy.
Yes.
We were talking with Nick, and Nick is just relocated from one part of New York to one a few blocks away. But you love the city of New York? And you're a single guy there.
I'm one of those people who loves it and also doesn't do much. Like, I don't go out a whole lot. I'll stay in. If I don't have a set, I'll stay in for a couple days.
Really?
Then I get isolated. For a while I thought I was lonely, and then I get around a bunch of people, and I'm like, well, that wasn't it. Yeah, I find people, and I don't think it's people, I think it's me, but if people are difficult, people to me are like art films. You think you want to see them, and then 20 minutes in, you're like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah. People are like art films.
I gotta get out of the house. I gotta go do something. Then you do that. I gotta go home. I can't. This is.
And you're comfortable eating by yourself, and
Tom can't do that. That's his biggest fear.
It is impossible for him to eat.
He
He doesn't like it. He can do it, but he doesn't like it.
No. To a degree, I can do it.
I understand. I'm completely. I think this is one of the big problems with my relationship. I was so comfortable being alone at all times, under all conditions, and it wasn't a knock on her. It was just I'd been spending so much time over the last 35 years not, mingling with people except at shows and being on the road, that it's, I felt totally comfortable. Yeah.
Okay. Can you go to a fancy restaurant by yourself?
No.
No. Okay.
No. Not a fancy restaurant.
I think I could do that.
I could do a diner.
Yeah.
Sit at the bar. I've done that.
I could sit at the table and have someone make a fuss over me. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I could do that. Look at your phone,
Oh, look at Tommy's like, ugh.
Don't you think the waiter's
everybody's judging you,
the waiter's
chick.
coming up going,
oh yeah,
wow. I'm guessing
that's one of the many things that fascinates me about you.
Yes.
Is that we went on, and we might do it again here soon. The things, what if you die suddenly? What things don't you want coming to light? And you were very upset about this topic, and you were nervous, and you didn't want to be embarrassed, and totally missed the fact that you'd be dead. So there's nothing. It wouldn't matter at all, even the least little bit.
No, but I mean, I don't have.
Even in death,
I don't have some of the stuff that we've heard about. I mean, Nick, we had a guy call us up. They were going through his in-laws. His mother-in-law had passed, and they were up in the attic, and they found a reel of 16-millimeter film, and they got a projector, and it turned out to be a porno
of her.
Her.
Unbelievable.
So then the question is, how much do you watch? Yeah, but I mean, she saved it, so she must have known it was.
She was proud of her work. You don't know.
I mean, that's the only conclusion you can come to.
Of course.
You could come to a number of things involving this. Let's just move forward here. Kentucky Derby, just around the corner.
Yeah. I don't even know who's in the
I just got a letter handed to me from comedian Mark Klein, who happens to know a lot about this sort of thing.
Sure.
He is a horse guy, and he wrote a nice little note here. Here is how I would spend $100 on this year's Kentucky Derby.
Okay.
So here you go. He says $20 to win on Forte, $15 to place on Skinner, $15 to show Disarm, and then a $2 Exacta box. This gets pretty complicated. 2 fills, Skinner, and Forte. The $2 Exacta part wheel, 15 on top of 3, 9, and 10.
Wow, that's confusing.
Well, that's Forte in first, and any of 2 fills, Skinner, practical move, Disarm in second.
Okay.
So this is where it gets fun. When you're watching.
Betting part?
Yeah. He said also with $4 left over, he would use it to box Forte and tap it trice on a $2 all Pletcher trained Exacta. Good luck to all. And he goes, I'd like to close with one of my father's favorite jokes. Churchill Downs is the only place in Louisville where windows clean people.
Windows, the betting window.
They're very good.
Have you been to Churchill Downs before?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Never been there.
Really? Oh, I've never been to the Derby, but I've been there.
What time does this show start tomorrow? At noon?
Noon for the pregame.
Is it called the pregame?
And
pre-race.
Covered starts.
I am certain that the Kentucky Derby used to, post time was like 4:25 or
They moved it back.
Yeah, they moved it back. Eastern. Yeah, they moved it way back at 6:55 now or something.
Like prime time.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And in any event, one of the great spectacles tomorrow in the world, the other being the Coronation. And once again, Christy going to a Coronation party.
Yep, 5:20 a.m. I'll be there.
Pajamas and pearls.
This is just my party.
Are you going to drive in your pajamas?
Yeah, it's literally I could walk there. She lives that close, but I'm going to drive. My pajamas are like, they're nice. They're fancy pajamas.
Are you going to wear them?
Fancy.
I mean,
Yes.
no. Are you going to sleep in them the night before?
No, I'm not going to sleep.
So what time you?
So you're not going to. What a stupid question! You're going to asking if you're going to sleep in your pajamas.
I'm not in those pajamas. I have other pajamas to sleep in.
What time is get ready alarm clock?
4:30, like normal.
4:30, you get up, you shower, you curl your hair.
Curl my hair.
You douche the
Throw
whole
some
thing.
makeup on. I'm out the door.
Take care of the undercarriage. You look at it.
So sorry, Christine.
Half hour, I'm out.
Okay.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, yeah, I'm in and out half hour.
Right.
Easy.
Hear that?
Now, will you ladies sit and have the volume on so you can hear the action?
Over the talking? Are you watching BritBox? Is that what you're going to watch?
I don't know.
Yeah,
This
what
is
network?
all- I don't know. I'm a guest. I'm not hosting the
I know
event.
NBC's carrying it. I've seen that advertised.
She did this for Harry and Meghan's wedding, and it was quite the shindig. It was a very nice party. So.
Oddly enough, I don't think Meghan's Harry, by the way. Don't you think? Probably.
Maybe you get tipsy.
Will I?
Yeah.
I have a long day tomorrow, so
Got
I
time for a
don't.
nap.
I don't even know if I have time for a nap, Ace, but we will probably drink some champagne, I'm sure. But
Is
a
there
lot of
anything
tea.
you can bet on in the Coronation?
Probably.
There has to be.
They bet on everything.
I can't imagine what it is, but I
Yeah, there has to be some kind of.
has to be.
You know, will Andrew? Is Andrew going to be there? Or
Good question.
what row will he be in? Is that?
I know Meghan won't be there. She's not traveling.
I think that's a controversy.
Yeah,
as they
it was
say.
a big controversy.
Andrew coming out on the window. I don't think he's going to be allowed to do that.
No, but Harry will be there, and then he's flying in, flying out because his son's birthday party is that day, too.
How nice.
Yes.
Flying private, I assume.
Oh, certainly. It'd just be too much.
Oh, well, they're all about saving the ecosystem.
I can't find a commercial. Good Lord.
Well, right now, if you're working on your house, and these days, getting anybody to do anything can be really tough, especially finding something and finding someone. That's where Angie comes in. Angie's List is now called Angie, A-N-G-I, and it's your home for everything for your home. Angie doesn't just get your home projects done. It gets them done right and gets them done well.
Do you know, Tom, they've served 150 million consumers to date with over 220,000 pros in the Angie network?
I do, and I know Josh right now is having some work done on his roof and some special stuff added that's pretty complicated. So he turned to Angie to find out someone who knows how to do that very, very particular type of work. A few taps, by the way, on the Angie app and clicks on the site, and you can have Angie tackle your home service project from start to finish. If you've been doing anything on your house lately, you know how tough it is to get a good handyman or to get anybody these days, and Angie's got you plugged in. Angie, my go-to for all types of projects. Angie can help with hundreds of projects from small repairs to major remodels. Download the free Angie mobile app today or visit Angie.com. Once again, it's A-N-G-I, Angie.com. We're coming back with our history lesson and comedian Nick Griffin. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel.
We have a punk version of The Way I Am.
Why can't you do it?
We don't have electric guitars.
Oh, I see. We can imagine.
I have to scream, though. Should I back off the mic a little
Look
bit?
at the engineers and ask them.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, okay.
Ask the
they look
boys
like
behind
they're
the bars.
positive. So this is going to be an acoustic version of the punk version of The Way I Am.
All right. This is
All
new.
right. You scream with me, though, so I don't look an idiot.
All right.
Okay. Screaming by myself.
Go ahead, engineers. It's up to you.
Shepard's not going to like this. I'll back off the mic a little bit. You have to imagine this is an electric guitar, okay?
I've got
and
it.
you come to the show tonight, you'll see us headbanging. If you were falling, then I would catch you. If you need a light, then I'll find a match. 'Cause I love the way you say good morning. Take me the way I am. If you are chilly, then here, take my sweater. If your head is aching, then I'll make it better. 'Cause I love the way you call me baby. I'm aiming you. Take me the way I am. I'll buy you Rogaine when you start losing all of your hair. I'll sew on patches to all your tear. 'Cause I love you more than I could promise. And you take me the way I am. With you, take me the way I am. With you, take me the way I am. The way I am.
Yes.
Yes. Bravo.
Colorado 3-2 on Thursday night to take a 2-0 series lead. Major League Baseball yesterday, interleague winners Detroit, Tampa Bay, and the Angels. American League winners Baltimore, Minnesota, Seattle, and Boston. And in the National League, Washington, Colorado, and Atlanta get the wins. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom, all the time, in your ear.
Sex is so prevalent in our society that nobody mentions what happens if you keep having it. You know, that, I think every porno movie should end with giving birth to triplets. You know, just as a disclaimer, you know. So everybody knows, you know, what you're getting, you know. But I'm a stepfather, too. Which I've been for a few years now. And if you're not a step-parent, you know, you don't realize the warmth and rewards that you get for the warm, loving feeling. And it's, I hate you. Okay, here's some more money. You know, you're not like my real dad. You know, that's right. You can find me. You know. Track down your real deadbeat dad and have him pay for these Barbie accessories, you know.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Comedian John Evans is here with us. Anything else we need to know about your life?
Well, the last time I was here, I just picked up those Learn How to Scat audio tapes. I don't know if you remember that.
I did not know that.
You don't remember that? They send alphabetically, they send you a new band each month. So the first one I got was AC/DC, and I've pretty much got that one down. It's like, click, 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 click. Ha-na-na, ha-na-na, be-doodin' bab why oh no, ha-na-na, ha-na-na, pa-doom, 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 ha-na-na, ha-na-na. Be-doodin' bab why oh no, The guy in the airplane is like, can I move away from this jackass? Be-doodin', did I get it right? Be-doodin' bab way on. Is it way on?
I think it's way on.
Way on.
Got a phone call here.
Wow, morning Bob and Tom show.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, Floyd.
I enjoyed your scatting.
Hey.
Thanks, Floyd. That was comedian John Evans.
You got a lot of songs, I bet, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I got, you want to hear Cat Scratch Fever?
I sure would enjoy it.
Wana, do da wah, doom 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 wana, wait no, here I rana, do da re, doom 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 weedy, we do Harry. It's a gift or a curse.
Could you do Legend of Willie's Falls?
With us in the studio, comedian John Garrett. You have a straight job? I mean, like a normal day-to-day thing?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm actually a CPA, believe it or not. Yeah, and
that spells party.
Yeah, it does. Most people think CPAs are hysterical. Yeah. No, of course not. We're dorks, big dorks. But and honestly, on behalf of all accountants out there, I'd like to say that we don't all do taxes. Some of us prefer to embezzle. It's much more lucrative. I read recently Willie Nelson wrote a song called Whatever Happened to Peace on Earth as his little protest to the war in Iraq. And my immediate thought was, why does he care? It's not like it's his tax dollar being put to use. I mean, I think the U.S. government should write a song called Whatever Happened to Willie's 1040. There's a tax joke for the accountants. Woo!
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bliss Motor Speedway.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Jeff Oskay.
J.O., baby.
Hey, call him J.O. He's at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. Nick Griffin has been here this morning.
I have.
One of our favorite comedians. There's Ace Cosby. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
What are you laughing at?
I just thought of something really
bad.
Yes.
Why would you?
I have to redirect here. What does your wife call you?
He's
Jeff,
not married.
Jeff's not married yet.
It doesn't matter. It's Jeff. She calls me Jeff.
Oh.
Honey Bear?
No nickname.
No.
Like Mushy or?
Baby cakes.
Baby cakes.
Oh, that's cute.
Hey,
Nick Griffin is here with us. Nick is on his way to Peoria's Jukebox Comedy Club. A single man, ladies. That's right. Very handsome. And together, you make the call. Nick.
Well, it's not nice.
Depends where you are, really.
It's just honest.
Okay.
I mean, I certainly can't make any claim to being together. But, Nick, this woman was a lawyer, very distinguished, I understand, really brilliant. Did she call you Nick, or did she have a nickname?
She did. She called me Nick, yeah.
Nothing.
No other names.
Not even Mad? There wasn't like a Nicholas?
Nothing, no.
Did you call?
Peter. My first name my first name's Peter Nicholas Griffin, but they always called me Nick because I was born 2 days before Christmas. But so she found out that my dad used to call me Peter when I was a kid, just every now and then, and she started to call me Peter every now and then.
Oh, kind of taking possession.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of a territorial move.
Yeah.
Really.
Where are you on the girls who call their men by their, someone call me Charles or Thomas, or they insist on that. You ever been around anybody like that?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah, that's once again, that's sort of taking possession of you. And
is that right?
Yes, I'm in charge of naming you. Did you call her just by her name or counselor?
No, I just counselor, Esquire,
plaintiff.
Yeah.
Okay. A quick story. Did you see that the Ed Sheeran Marvin Gaye lawsuit was settled? I think properly.
Yeah.
Ed is okay. If you had,
I actually spoke to that woman after court for a while and was they left laughing, if that tells you anything. So
well, the lawsuit was ridiculous. Here's the thing was, as Ed Sheeran was saying, the chord changes are beneath many songs. It's the melody on top of it that's completely different, Pat.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, Thinking Out Loud was the song that was the Ed Sheeran hit, and the woman who was wanting money said her father, I believe, co-wrote this with Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On, and that they were very similar, and that he'd stolen parts of the song.
Here are the two of them. Here they are.
Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? Darling, I will be loving you.
This is the mashup. Yeah, here's
Let's
Get
kind of
It
the
On.
tempo. I mean,
But the melody, the singing is completely different.
Completely different.
Yeah. Boy, that's a good song. Thinking Out Loud.
It's all right.
Man.
In any event, in a court of
When your
law.
legs don't work like they used to before.
Yeah, Ed said,
That's a really funny line.
When your legs don't
work like they used to before.
See, they're getting old together.
Yeah, I get that.
Sweet. It's not like they're flying up in the air.
Well, there's the other line about.
You thought that the guy's slowly poisoning her, didn't you?
Remember there's the line. Isn't there the line about the taste, my taste in your mouth?
What?
Yeah.
You know, you've covered a lot of ground today.
Boy,
and I don't know if you know it or not. You've been
that's
told
one of the lines in there.
You've been told to not talk during no sexy talk out of
Ed
you, and
said
now this.
he was unbelievably frustrated that baseless claims like this are allowed to go to court at all, and he's right about that.
Yeah. What's the guy? The guy from Triumph, Rick Emmett.
Rick Emmett, yeah.
Has a great thing where he plays. With the whole controversy about Led Zeppelin, and
there's like 30 songs he goes through.
Yeah, he's playing those same chords and sings a whole bunch of songs. Right. Google that; that's worth looking at it. Yeah, the lyrics.
It says, "Will you still remember the taste of my love?" Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I mean that's typically where most people taste.
That's pretty plain, I think.
If you can taste with something else, that's a trick. I'm gonna dip this in this jar.
Can you suck water up with it?
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Like
time now
time now for today in history. Cinco de Mayo. Tom?
Let's see what's going on there. It is May 5th, as you mentioned.
Yes.
And it is not Mexican Independence Day, but it is a big celebration, particularly in the United States. On this date in 1891, wow, Peter Tchaikovsky dropped by New York to open up Carnegie Hall. How about that? That's
Tchaikovsky?
Cool. Yeah.
Peter Ilyich.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alan Shepard, the first American in space. Well, this is cool. On this date in 1961.
Man.
In that tiny little Mercury capsule.
Yeah.
Spam in a can.
I don't know how those guys got their balls in those things. Let's see now. On this day, birthdays. Karl Marx, 1818. Ironically, ended up a Marxist.
What are the odds?
And he was also in Night at the Opera with the Marx Brothers, but he was uncredited. It's the same thing.
Let's see. That's pretty much it for exciting birthdays today.
No kidding?
Yeah. Adele.
She's very good.
Is that how didn't she come out and tell everybody how to say her name? Is it like...
It's not Adele?
Adele or something? Or didn't she say that?
I don't think so. Why would you want to be Adele?
I'm pretty sure.
Call me.
Hey,
maybe when her legs don't work like they used to.
Get a taste of love in your mouth.
She's old.
Tom's dogs have started eating mulch. We learned that on the show today. Josh and Willie are on assignment.
Does that mulch have poop in it?
No, that's compost.
Oh.
Tom brought up High Times Magazine and the centerfold, where they always have some sort of exotic bud in the middle of it.
Look at the purple hairs,
and,
man.
He made some speculation on what someone who really likes marijuana would do when they saw that centerfold.
Boy, did he ever.
I mean, really.
It was a plain speaking time. Yeah, it sure was. Yeah. Shocking, some would say.
Who's that into pot that they want to look at pictures of? I mean, if you're a grower or a scientist or something.
Right.
Your average weed smoker, hey, man, look at that. I got to give me some lotion, babe. By the way, Willie G at the Comedy Chateau in North Hollywood Saturday night. Nick Griffin is going to be in Peoria coming up tonight and tomorrow. Nick will be at the famous Jukebox Comedy Club. And Haywood is at One Night Stands, Waterford, Michigan, tonight and tomorrow.
Christy Lee is going to wear a fancy hat on Saturday morning. Or
no, I don't have a fancy hat.
You don't have a fancy hat.
I have a lot of hats, but no fancy
She's on the
ones.
hunt for a fancy hat.
For the Derby.
At her pajamas pearls party tomorrow.
Does your boyfriend call you by your, which one?
He likes to use the word Christy because that's my name.
Okay. Sorry.
And remember, when the coronation starts, you're supposed to stand up and scream at the TV tomorrow, "Not my king!" No, sir! Not my king!
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Although we don't know what name to put on the cake.
There you go. Thank you very much. Go check out Nick in Peoria. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom